Hello again, and welcome to Rep RPG's chaotic, ran by me live stream for Blood in the Bayou, our Vampire the Masquerade live play. Usually, Pixie's the one that mutes me. I did it myself tonight, and I'm just trying to save her the hassle. Karma. That's all. Yeah, exactly. It's karma. For everybody that's joining us from TikTok tonight, thank you. I love your face. I'm going to pressure Pixie into doing the same thing. It's going to be glorious and amazing.
Usually I do get ready with me. I was just asleep.
You needed your fucking rest today.
Yes, I did.
I'll be your storyteller tonight. If you're familiar with D&D, it's the same thing as a dungeon master in Vampire the Masquerade. It's called something else. So, Cody, if you would tell us what kind of things they can expect from Rep RPG and introduce yourself.
Absolutely. So I'm Cody Stone. I am the head GM here at Rep RPG. We are a role-playing game Twitch channel. We also we have a D&D 5e high fantasy game that's usually on Monday nights. We are just towards the end of our second campaign of Disasters and Danger, so that'll be wrapping up before the end of the month. Planning a big week of a big multi-stream week of that show coming up here in a couple of weeks, and coming up in July, I believe we'll be back to our PvP league for the summer, where we do, I think it's like 6 or 8 weeks of player versus player point scoring action.
Team versus team.
Team versus team, yeah. Which is a really good time. Absolutely adore and love it. We have those things. Also, I occasionally stream during the day things like Elden Ring and all of that sort of stuff. We do Call of Cthulhu on Saturday nights, so I will be back tomorrow night doing the storytelling for that one. And as for tonight, I am playing Victor St. James. He is a slightly older vampire than the rest of the coterie. He is from the 1950s. He's a Bruja, which are sort of rebel rousers and philosophers, and they're very idealists and revolutionaries of the vampire culture. Those are the things that they are known for. They have powers of celerity, speed, strength, and presence. So those are their traditional power suite. Yeah, and Victor is currently the sheriff of New Orleans, and that means it's my job to make sure the masquerade is obeyed. And these are my hounds. And hounds are barking.
It's amazing. If you can imagine James Bond and Wolverine having a love child, that's Victor St. James. It's the best. It's the best. So Pixie, who are you? What do you do? And who will you be playing tonight?
Hi, I'm Pixie at Chaos Pixie Magic on Twitch and all the other platforms in the world. I am a cozy, chaotic variety streamer. When I am in my home space, just still this room, just on my channel. And I am a YA fantasy author and a Cody and I make dice together. The ASMR that they just advertised was dice sanding last night. Oh my god, they're so cool. I do all the nonsense. I am a local theme park performer and voice actor here in Orlando. And I play Siren. She is a outwardly masquerading as, see what I did, as a Toreador. The Toreador clan are it is beautiful art, it must be preserved, we're a bit snobbish about it sort of people. However, in reality, she and her sire are both secretly members of a hidden bloodline called the Daughters of the Cacophony. A bloodline that was meant to be stamped out, a bloodline that was a culmination of 3 different bloodlines, all the best and worst attributes of them, I believe. And it is dangerous as fuck for her to be discovered. So, of course, she's accidentally made some mistakes several fucking times.
It happens. It happens. Jace, who are you and what do you do and who will you be playing tonight?
My name is Matthew, and I am a performer here in Orlando, but for the internet, you can find me here on Rep RPG. Other than that, I don't do a whole lot. So tonight I will be playing Jace. He is a Tremere. He's a local button pusher. The Tremere is a clan that's kind of known for their magic, specifically blood magic. They used to be mages in a world in which mages are like super powerful, but they wanted to live forever. So they found out about vampires and were like, maybe if we were mages but also vampires, we'd be perfect. And then they stopped being mages because shit never works out.
It wasn't the peanut butter cup they wanted it to be. They're like,
Yeah, exactly. So now it's all of the vampire stuff, but like very little of the mage stuff. So they do blood magic, and they and Jace is particularly known for just consequences be damned. A thing has to be dealt with, and the button must be pushed.
Yes.
So that's me for tonight.
And then Meg, who are you and what do you do?
Hi, I'm going to do this very quickly. Hi, my name is Megan, and I'm playing Gem. You can find me on Twitch sometimes, Pearl of the Swamp. I play Elder Scrolls and Diablo, and I have new headphones, so which means hopefully I'll be able to start playing again this weekend. I'm very excited. I'm also on TikTok at Megan Fenner. You can find me. I recently have been getting into fights with people about Star Wars, and drunkenly rambling about how nice it is when someone messages you back on Facebook dating. So
there you go.
That, and there we go. I kind of made it through. And I'm playing Gem, the Malkavian. Clan Malkavian is we're really fun and totally chill and don't do anything weird ever.
Never. Not a single time.
We do have ever. I have done nothing wrong in my life.
I know this, and I
Thank
love
you very much. Love you. We come like the bad news is we come with derangements, which is the Vampire the Masquerade term for mental illness, and it doesn't always get treated really great, but that's okay. I mean, it's not, and that's what's up.
But we ensure that
the good news
we
is,
do it well.
Yeah. But yes, we do. But the good news is it comes with magical powers to see into the future, past, present, maybe.
Mm-hmm. All the things, or maybe not. We don't know. We don't know.
And I have a boyfriend, and he's a priest, and he loves me, and everyone's gonna be fine with it.
Exactly, in whatever reality that might be in. Not the current one, but if
That's
whatever.
right. No. Because he doesn't even know he's my boyfriend yet.
New goal is to enter the Madness Network and find a way to transport through time,
Exactly.
and dimensions.
I want you to know, because we don't dream, so like just vampires in general. Every evening when she wakes up, she sits there because she can we get visions, but we can try to find stuff. It's just we can't really control it. She sits and focuses every morning for like 15 minutes on Father James Callahan.
Must find out.
About him.
All right. Victor goes, find Gem new priest, same as Shark.
Yep.
Same as Shark.
Same as Shark.
Goldfish, tell her it's a shark.
Oh,
I'm gonna get her a priest. It doesn't matter what kind of priest. Just
old priest, young priest, not the point.
sexy priest. All
we
right.
just see Gem's head spinning around in the morning. So, so Kat, who are you and what do you do?
Hello, I'm Kat. I can be found here on Friday nights and also on Sunday mornings, where I have started to run a game called Wonder Home, where I'm not exploiting cute, fluffy animals to trauma at all. Don't worry about it.
Not at all in episode 1. Rude.
I would never do that ever. Where last week they found Miraculous, the wizard. He's an old owl. And now they're gonna go find a wizard to replace him because he's getting a little old, so he has to have someone replace him. Yeah, I'm also a writer and director at Marquee Artery Productions. You can find us on Instagram. We are releasing a new show, I think next week. I think we're releasing it next week, in which the participants are going to be getting a letter in the mail that states, You're getting this letter because your door was locked and you're alive. I do horror stuff. It's fun.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah, it's gonna be spooky. What else? Oh, I'm playing Kitty, who is a gangrel. Gangrels are vampires who are more in touch with their beast to a point where
Right.
I turn into a puma, which is hilarious because I'm a hound.
Yeah, Kitty goes.
Cats and dogs
meow.
can't get along. Kitty does it all in one brain.
Kitty does both.
I do both. Get you a girl who can do both.
Get you a vamp
Exactly.
who can do both.
Yeah.
And I know nothing about priests, and my clan does everything wrong all the time because it's fun.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like you're like more Bruja than the Bruja. Like you're not ruled by the philosophy. You're just like, I'll do what I want.
I do what I want, and I do it whenever I want. And no
Until you
one's
get hungry,
fluffy.
then you're like, I'm gonna murder everyone.
It's like my name is Kitty, and I turn into a cat, and you can't tell me what to do.
As all cats. And I'm Sway. I'll be your storyteller tonight. You can find me pretty much everywhere with the same name, especially here on Twitch, where I do a variety of things, anything from storytelling to ASMR to Sims, which is my recent thing that I love to do. I like to just mess with little people's minds, like kind of like what I do here. They just can't yell at me back on The Sims. And more recently, I'm going to be starting a podcast where I interview people that I find interesting and get their stories and kind of like their life story is minute as possible to fit in a podcast, and kind of what led them to the paths that they're on and who they are. So there's a way to get in touch with me if you'd like to be on the podcast. Just rest assured that I will listen and learn everyone's stories, but they may not be on the podcast. Doesn't mean your story isn't invaluable and important. It's just still got to be content. So with that being said, does anybody have anything last to mention before we dive in? Any upcoming projects, anything that we want to talk about and really hit home? Okay. With that being said, let's jump in our story of traumatizing Blood in the Bayou, Vampire the Masquerade. So the last we left off with our lovely coterie. They were finishing up their night to themselves. Victor had a meeting with one of the Thin Bloods that had made their way into Le Save, the bar and club and domain of the coterie, and interviewed him, put the fear of all of the gods directly into this poor man's soul, and questioned him and set up a meeting for the following night, which is the night that we're on now, of meeting this person's individual cell or coterie and trying to get more information. So that is the biggest thing that happened in the last episode. Kitty was not with us. Cat was not with us. Kitty was also not with us. Kitty was doing her essentially community service for the wildlife refuge.
I really think the most important thing that happened last week is that I tagged 5 gators in a row.
Did you? What was your
That's what I
largest? What was your largest gator that you tagged?
Big.
Big. I like it. So 12.5 inches gator. One of the biggest.
Donkey.
Donkey.
12.5 inches?
He was chunky.
I come back to the
Did I say
bar just
12.5
covered in
inches?
Yes,
mud.
you did.
A gator is
what up,
12.5
Bill?
inches.
So average dick size.
Exactly. That's the average, right?
Mm-hmm.
12 foot, 5 inches long. There
Come
is a
back
difference.
to the bar covered in mud.
Yeah, just covered in mud. So we're going to pick it up the following night. Everybody had a chance to do what they needed to do off camera. But since it's a new night, what does every kindred have to do? They have to roll for blood. Okay, go ahead, Jace. Okay. We have to see if we're hungry little vamps when we wake up. So assuming that everyone started with 1 yesterday, who increases in hunger?
Do people go below 2?
Yeah, you go to 1 is standard, and then every time you use a blood dice or like anytime you blood surge, you'll automatically have to roll for hunger.
Right. Yeah.
Now your generation might start
that
at 2.
I just had that thought. That's why I was like, I got to get the book out and look for me specifically.
Yeah,
I'm so
I
sorry.
think your generation starts at 2.
I had a question.
Yes.
Last time I played, I murdered someone, so I was at 0.
You were at
Same.
0.
So am I at 1 now, or
You're
am
at
I
1,
2?
yep.
Okay.
Did I
You
get
would-
1 yesterday though? Or like last night's game? Because I
No,
also
you
went to
didn't.
0 at one point.
No, every time you would have started at 1 again, and unless you use it, you will stay at 1 constantly. For Victor, he'll stay at 2.
Yeah, I'm double checking that. Yeah, because it's every morning you wake up, you make the rouse check and see if you get hungrier.
Yep.
So if you're super lucky, you can just be like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm good
Unless
for
you blood
years.
surge and try to use your powers at a super level, essentially.
Mhm.
You can just get lucky and not get more hungry. You'll always have that constant hunger, but it won't increase.
Yeah.
But every dawn, every dusk, you have to roll when you wake up. It takes an act of will for your body to rise, and that's what this signifies. So, who increased in hunger? Ooh, very nice. So, Siren,
Jem's
Jason,
like
Kitty.
fine now. She's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
All my sins are out on the table. I am relaxed. Why the fuck are we suddenly having spam?
Yeah, we need to.
Switching to follower on
A
the
lot.
Yep.
Apologies, all.
We don't have any mods in the house right now.
I'm here.
Yeah, but you're busy.
No, I'm good. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Let me do my job. So, yeah, I got hungry, absolutely.
Okay. So, Siren, Jace, and Kitty, you are at 2 hunger. Keep that in mind. Not huge ramifications until we hit 3, and you want to hunt. Yes, Jem? Did you increase as well?
I went up. Yeah.
Okay. So everybody is at 2, and then Victor, you stayed at 2, or you go? To
I
3?
succeeded. Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't increase. Yeah, I have me. Yeah, I had me at 2 previously, so I'll just stay there.
Okay.
I had me at 3, but I have off-screen time to feed. So I'm
Yeah,
good.
yours is definitely one of those, like, if you need to feed, you have the resources and means available that you don't actually really have to hunt unless you really want to.
Yeah.
But double check, because I want to say that even you go down to 1. But
I'm looking it up, and as soon as I find that answer in this very well organized book,
extremely
will.
organized, extremely well done. World of Darkness.
Yep.
For
Very
not paying
organized.
attention to 30 years of tabletop games and how the layout should work.
It's a solid
Um,
system, and I love the lore that is presented in this in
Yeah.
these books. But boy howdy, so many RPG writers and bookmakers haven't figured out the like reference document necessary style
I
to
agree.
some of
It's-
this.
It's bad.
Yeah.
So everybody's at 2. Well done. Well done. Like I said, nothing really mechanically that needs to happen right now. Just be aware that if you go to 3, to feed is a roll, and if you go to 4, some of you start bleeding. And then when you get to 5, your character belongs to me. So have fun. Feel free. Don't feed. I would love to turn you against your own coterie. Make you problems for Victor. Unless Victor doesn't feed, then it's a problem for the entire city
We're
of New
not
Orleans.
problems for him right now.
Yeah, no, not problems.
Nothing
at all.
changed.
No.
We've never been a
Um,
problem for Victor. Not
exactly.
once.
I've never been a problem for Victor.
Honestly, it'd be easier if we did lose control, because then he'd like legally be able to stake us.
He's just
I
waiting
would-
for it secretly, actually.
I wouldn't stake you guys. I would get you all the baby like vest leashes, and I would walk you
Like crazy
Yeah.
because
dogs.
you're my hounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
And my hounds gotta bark. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the rest of the city will be like, oh,
Oh,
maybe we
fuck.
should behave.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
us like,
Oh,
what is there's a
that
Disney
man
there's
and
a Disney
his-
movie. Someone has oh no, it's Bug's Life. We are the crazy grasshopper on a chain. Like,
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
God, thank
To
you for
be
reminding me of that nightmare fear.
To be
You're
fair,
welcome.
that would be absolutely terrifying if, like, you
Oh,
walked
yeah.
into the clubhouse and it was just Victor with the 4 crazed former coterie whites of just nom 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 nom.
when he's
I-
he's essentially Michonne walking around with
Yeah.
walkers on arms.
I
Yeah.
kind of need that fan art though.
I kind of
I need to see it.
kind of
I
want more kindred to
mean-
like start being whites now, just to see this in action.
See it happen.
You just
Mhm.
toss them. Have you guys seen Blade Trinity,
Mhm.
where
Yes.
the vampire goes crazy and they just kind of toss the girl into the hole with the crazy kindred?
Mhm, mhm,
crazy
mhm,
vampire?
mhm, mhm.
We can make this work. We can have this. We can have like a pit trap with just crazed whites down there.
A pit trap.
Oh, oh yay, we can live in a pit.
Yay! What I've always wanted.
Together, though.
So
We're
since-
together.
we're gonna kick it off tonight with everybody at 2 and Victor walking into Le Save with everyone already there, just for ease of reference. And now, Victor, with this being said, the meeting was with you. The only people that know you had the meeting was Jem and Jace. They don't even know what the meeting was really about. They just saw you walk into a room with a kind of Jace-ish looking individual.
Yeah, they were fucking
It was soundproof. It very
Or
well
feeding.
could be.
One of the two.
or both.
Maybe both.
We
Porque no
replaced
los
Addison.
dos.
We need someone who fucks and then feeds. Like that was his whole thing. So we didn't expect
Well, you
it from
ruined-
Victor, but
You ruined Jace's fucking feeding session
Meh.
with the like making the
Meh.
world bow down to you, Pixie.
listen.
Yeah, so way to
Listen,
go.
I was trying to get someone on their knees for Jace specifically.
No, you aren't. No, you aren't. Don't lie. Don't
I
I
lie.
don't know what's going on in my
I was
head.
just doing it for you, Jace.
No,
I'm
don't
a
lie.
matchmaker. I'm here to help hook you up.
Exactly. But I turn it over to the coterie. Destroy the world. Go for it.
Kitty's just like, wow, the energy's really off today, but I'm not gonna talk about it.
She came back and she's like, "Everyone okay?
fuck-
What happened?"
And that is saying something.
The feng shui is Jim is a
The feng shui.
murdery. Feels a little murdery in here.
That's
Victor will walk in. Here we go, coming in. No time for letters at the moment. Maybe in a bit. I will find a reason for letters. I know that they are the like catchphrase of Victor.
They're glorious.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So Victor comes in. For those of you that may not have seen Victor before, he is around 5'8", a little on the shorter side for today. He was average height for his, and short, sort of military buzz cut, hair a little darker in complexion, and very big biker vibes. He has a leather jacket, and usually you hear him and his like cut motorcycle pipes long before you see him. And so tonight he has the leather jacket, but he has worn a dress shirt underneath it. It is not white, like at the party. It is a
That's the party shirt.
that's a party shirt. Yeah, exactly.
All
It's
white
not
is
party
a party
time.
shirt.
Party shirt.
Can't wear the
so-
party shirts to the meeting.
They might get the wrong idea.
What is he? What is he? A farmer? Come on.
This one is purple though.
Ooh.
his
Yeah.
party shirt was white. His business shirt is purple.
It's purple. Listen,
I
that's
hate
because
that.
he has to show off
I've
just
never
how
been so angry at
clean
Victor in my
he
life.
is. Party.
Yeah. The party shirt was also like sheriff business statement shirt. That's-
Oh, gotcha.
Wearing white as a vampire is
Exactly.
It's a power
is a
move.
huge
Yes.
flex.
Yes. Because
walking-
because I'm not going to breach the masquerade.
I-
Nobody's going to see blood on me.
My shirt's clean.
Yeah.
I am in complete control.
Mhm.
Rest of y'all are losing shit.
My
I am
ledger
a-
and my shirt is clean.
Exactly. Yeah. But he's the meeting tonight is with Thin Bloods. He doesn't. They don't. They may not. The reference might be lost on them. So he's he's got a purple shirt on. Also, if he does need to get bloody, purple is a darker color. So he is somewhat practical. So the leather jacket has patches on it. Definitely has the upside down A Anarch patch, which is the Bruja clan symbol. Has what I'm sure Camino has designed. Like, I'm betting with modern. What year are we in? 19?
We're 2020, 2020, right?
Yeah,
2020?
2020 now. Yeah.
Okay.
Current day-ish, with someone saw COVID coming and stopped it.
Yeah.
You Malkavians.
The only reason I ask is because I know like Witcher is probably something Camino's watched, and I'm guessing he's put his sheriff badge probably as some sort of like Witcher medallion that he's got to wear. I bet
Here
it
for
changes like once a month. He's like, okay,
Yeah.
fine,
Goes
whatever.
from the wolf to the bear. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever as symbol Camino's like,
Mhm.
this is what you got to wear today. Like, all right, fine, give it to me. Come on. So he makes his way in, and he's gonna go ask. Is it Lulu? Yo-yo.
Yo-yo?
Yo-yo. Apologies.
The minute he walks in, Jem puts Purple Rain on the jukebox.
Purple rain, purple rain.
And he'll stare off into the distance wistfully.
That weekend in Cannes with Prince.
And of course, it's Prince.
I just want to real quick. I'm so sorry. You said thank you, Malkavians. All in my head just repeated thank the Felicians.
Oh, Orlando problems. Thank the Phoenicians. They were
You
Malkavians.
like that you don't have COVID? Thank the Malkavians.
Can we get Judi Dench in here to narrate this for us, please?
Yes,
I will pay nothing, but I'll cry a lot.
yes.
So I get to meet Judi
I'm
Dench.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please continue.
You're good. You're good.
Spaceship Earth is my whole personality.
You make so much more sense now.
Just a side note. All right, so I'm pulling up Google Earth, right? Because I do that to like kind of visualize what's in the area. But I hadn't done it for the clubhouse, right? It is far bigger than I thought it was. It is so much bigger than I thought, and it's on the waterfront. Like, that is not what it was visualizing before when I looked it up the
It's
first
attached
time.
to a place that holds parade floats. Can attest they're fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's my job.
And it's on the Mississippi. Like, it's literally the back door is like, you want to know where Camillo dumps his bodies? There. It's the Mississippi. Like, but
Makes
anyways,
sense.
go on. Sorry.
You're good. Yeah, and I'm gonna ask if does my friend from last night arrive? I'm guessing he's meeting me here, or am I just meeting him there?
He gave you a location to me.
Gave me a location.
Yeah,
Great.
he didn't want to walk you in, but he said he would arrange the meeting.
Great.
But yeah.
Okay. Is everyone in tonight? I'm just starting some sort of conversation.
Yeah. So, and then correct me if is everybody downstairs? Okay. So,
Yeah,
and she,
can be.
I don't know if you're upstairs, like, polishing your weapon armory. You gotta polish
No,
my shoddy.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm upstairs cleaning my shotguns. Thank you.
I heard a lot of a noise from upstairs. I think Kitty's playing with her guns again. Jace he's over in the nook. Sorry, there's Siren. Yeah, she's watching the stage, and she points to, I think Jem is back in her office, but everybody's here.
I'll just head to the back and knock on Jem's door. I'll open it.
Jem, can you hear us?
I will look at Jem and say, "You need a moment."
Kind of.
No.
Okay.
I will bot back to you in a bit, Jem, if you want to meet us upstairs when you can hear us or not. Okay, sounds good. Saw that
Then
one.
he
We get
walks
some love
away.
and support in chat for Meg because
All the loves in
Yeah.
her
chat.
internet struggle is a stress, but also we love her as a player and we want her to be okay.
She sounds great to us tonight, which is wonderful. And
Yeah.
we're
You
getting
sound
Yeah,
great. We're halfway there.
I'm hearing you guys at like a third of the speed.
well.
So so this is a wee bit of a difficulty for me.
So should
Yeah,
Uh,
actually.
That's horrible. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I was wondering if Victor should talk faster than normal to maybe get all the information to you in a more timely fashion.
Oh, no, she's gone. Oh no.
Yeah, we're very clever here. Okay. I'm gonna head upstairs. I'm gonna try to gather the rest of the
Okay.
coterie together and take them to the champagne lounge. Yes. No matter what a Victor
So-
tells you.
So Siren and Jace, you see Victor kind of just like
You don't have a champagne lounge.
To
This
the
isn't a fucking strip
champagne
club.
room.
There's not a
She
champagne.
appeared for that. It's VIP.
So you see Victor kind of give you the nod to
Mhm.
meet upstairs.
Yep.
And,
Upstairs
and
we go.
Victor, when you get upstairs, you don't hear anything necessarily, but without even a perception check, you smell gun oil. This kind of fits with what Yo-Yo was saying, what Kitty might be doing, but it's a very strong smell of solvents and lube.
Love the smell of solvents in the dusk.
Who doesn't?
So I don't know what you all had on your calendars for tonight, but we do have a bit of business that I think you are better set up to handle in the long term. I've been able to locate at least a cell of thin bloods. They claim not to be the ones that are tagging, I believe the proper term is, different parts of the city, but they are selling alchemical reagents, which in and of itself is a breach of the masquerade. Now, I'd rather not slaughter the entirety of a thin blood generation. I'd prefer to encourage them to stop selling to the kind, bring their business to the kindred. One, it allows us the opportunity to oversee their behaviors. And two, with other cities, other sects, such as the Sabat, it might give us a advantage in the long run. So far, Camino has afforded me leniency in how I deal with this issue. But I don't have a central place to work out of, and the coterie does. So, I want to use Le Save as a central point of contact between these thin bloods and the greater kindred society. I also think that your relative youth and theirs might afford you some camaraderie. Your opinions?
This is my first time hearing of thin bloods in the city.
It's been an issue that we've thought about, we've been looking into recently, about the last 4 months, 4 to 6 months. Cody thinks as he tries to remember. Good, thank you.
Perfect, wonderful.
No.
So, just so I understand, they're selling to.
Kind. Probably kindred as well.
All right.
they have to be getting their blood from somewhere, which means they already have some kindred contacts in the city. Kindred contacts that haven't made themselves known to the prince. Also, whoever is siring these thin bloods, they need to be addressed. Siring at your generation is impossible, or at least very difficult. And it's also a masquerade breach. As you all might remember, not you, Kitty, but the rest of this coterie was sired in a very ceremonial way, if I'm not mistaken. That is for a purpose. So.
I'm sorry. I'm confused. We thought the Thin Bloods were part of the attack
Which attack?
at the party.
I don't know what the basis of that attack is.
Right. No one does, but we have reason to believe that they were part of it, or we at least suspected them.
Both parties, yeah.
So-
The grave rave and also
The-
this one, right?
So
Yeah.
blood alchemy may have played a part in both of those incidences.
Right. And we knew it was someone that could walk during daylight hours
Mhm.
because we
Dependent-
saw someone during daylight hours on the roof.
Yes.
So you're asking us to let this be a place where they can come and just hang out because we're young and hip.
Not a place where they can hang out, but a point of contact between they have a foot far deeper in the human world than we do. There needs to be a purgatorio between heaven and hell.
That's a
the-
low blow.
Is the goal
Wasn't
To-
intended as one.
to allow them to continue operating in the city, but in a allowed manner, or is the
If
the
we
goal
don't-
to get them out?
No. There is no out. The out for them is death. That's
Not out of the city.
Any other city would kill them as well.
All right.
That is the traditional answer. If it was Candide standing here, we would slaughter them. We would slaughter them in such an aggressive, violent, and demonstrative fashion that every other thin blood for 1,000 miles would run and speak horrors of the night. The alchemists were slaughtered.
Jen texts Candide. Hey, hope you're having a good night.
Just get a thumbs up.
Ugh.
And
I'm
Damn it.
attempt-
This woman's passivity is driving me into the priest's arms. I hope she realizes.
You made me do it, Candide. You made me do this.
You need to do this.
If only you
I
loved
don't
me.
enjoy it at all.
Not that I'm opposed to us not murdering them in cold blood, but is there a particular reason why we are choosing not to? Are we
Guessing the
is there a
same reason
use?
I pocketed the private eye. If they have a footing and
Somebody's watching.
we at
you.
least know where they are and what they're doing, then
Fair.
There are multiple purposes. That is one of them. Siren is not wrong. Having agents during the daytime, as most of you have found with your ghouls, is valuable.
Hmm.
The thin blood sects have they don't have a sect, excuse me. They have they have a cell.
Every time.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah, I know.
Climb
Uh,
before sex. What?
Yeah. Mm. I mean, if we gotta, but whatever you gotta do to get there, I'm
This
supportive.
means dinner before you bang. It's very Italian. I love it.
Yeah.
God,
Um,
y'all are
an
so old
Italian,
fashioned.
an Italian dinner before sex. That doesn't. Oh, I'm amazed those people
What?
procreate at all.
You eat and then
God, now I want pasta.
You're welcome. There's a few reasons. One, having a commodity within the kindred society would afford you all a bit of political power. The blood bank that is being rebuilt leaves traditional power structures within the city open to upheaval. If we were going to have upheaval, I would prefer people I trust to be at the center of it. Second of all, these thin blood families, these small cells, operate independently, but they have to run adjacent to each other. Having made friends with one will make finding the others easier.
oh, interesting.
And finding all of them will make identifying the offending kindred that is siring them easier. Hopefully. That's the
All right.
idea. So, I'm attempting to create something that is more subdued, controlled, more. And he sort of vomits in his mouth before Machiavellian.
All right.
If you don't want Lasav to be the place, I'll arrange for another.
Just so I'm clear. So we're going to let this be the waypoint. Part of this is her being a dick, and this is part of me because internet is doing weird things.
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna let this be the place where we can get into contact with the Thin Bloods, because we want to get information from them about the other Thin Blood cells that are in town, hopefully so that we can figure out who's been siring them, because siring them is a masquerade breach and needs to be dealt with.
Yes.
Siren
Yeah.
pipes up briefly.
Is that all? Sorry, it's like that, and then everyone froze.
Siren pipes. Oh, of course, our internet started freaking out.
Oh no.
Of course it did. Siren pipes up. Are Thin Bloods held to the same standards of havens that proper kindred are?
Victor, you would know that they, being still technically, they're not alive, right? But still, because
I
they're
mean, kind of. They can.
yeah.
There are rumors that they can be cured. So it's. I mean,
It's like a transition that never fully happened, right? They still could potentially live forever.
Well, I mean, it's like the rules of the Haven. It's not like other vampires are compelled, obviously, because Victor doesn't do a damn thing I tell him to do when he's in my house. But it's more like we just respect these rules, right?
Siren, are you talking about the tenants?
She is well, yeah. She does want to know if the tenants are a thing, but also, per Jem's own love of laying down the law at Lasav, if she sees Jem questioning this, she kind of wants to know, hey, can they put can we put those rules on them here? Can we make them listen to those? Can Jem control them a little bit if they're here, as opposed to us just being out in the wild?
So the traditions are enforced only by the Camarilla and heavily suggested to everyone. They all kind of follow them, right? Thin Bloods are so new of a thing that
it's
apparently I lagged.
You're good. I apologize. Go ahead.
So Thin Bloods are so new that one, they're almost killed outright, like Cody was saying. Very, very few cities or princes will allow them to live within their domain because you basically have somebody that knows about you, that can walk in the daylight, who isn't bloodbound to you like a ghoul is. So they're a walking masquerade breach and a walking possible death sentence. But those that do, the Camarilla is the only one that really enforces the masquerade. Everyone else, with the exception of the Sabbat, will follow them because they're there to keep you alive or keep you sustaining. But Thin Bloods, once they're accepted and brought into the society, even as like a second or a third kind of person, a third personhood, like lower than everyone else. But until that happens, they can go to the bank during the day and buy property, and they don't care about the traditions. They don't want to come out in the open because they don't want to die, but they may or may not have the same rules that you do. It kind of depends on how they're more individualistic than the Camarilla is. They may or may not even recognize a prince's rule over a city when they own it 24 hours a day and the prince only owns it for
They didn't know
10.
we were here, like, to be fair.
I mean, also
but, like,
that.
if we're scaring them now, the idea of power play, of like, hey, you're gonna be at our house, and therefore these are our rules by our mercy, feels like a possible thing that could help.
I mean,
and vision time. Thanks, Tristan.
That's all.
Oh, Lord.
I assumed you did.
Yep.
It does. I'll say this in character. Okay, welcome back. Do you guys, does Victor know who stays here at Le Save? I thought you guys had other
Some of us do.
I
Some of
think
us don't.
me and Jim stay here.
Okay.
I will stay
Siren was at
occasionally.
Vegas's last night.
Yeah, the only one that has like permanent residence, like so Kitty stays at the refuge in Le Save. Jem only stays at Le Save. Siren and Jace are there occasionally. But you also have Yo-Yo that is there because they're ghoul and they don't have to really worry about sleep as much. To everyone else, Yo-Yo is like the person who is just always there. It's like every episode of Cheers, it doesn't matter what time of day it is, they're there. That's Yo-Yo. People just think she's the most hardest working bartender in the world.
Until I steal her away for a slumber party.
Exactly.
We did do that.
They think she's in the back just doing coke constantly. That's why she's just up all the time.
Welcome to New Orleans. How's it going?
During this conversation, Kitty is like extremely fidgety the entire time, and that's what that make that very much known because it's not something she's hiding. She's just very fidgety during this entire conversation.
It does expose. There are no rules that would officially bind them to you. That does expose Le Save to potential danger. That's why I'm asking.
But also, to be fair, like at least Victor would know this, is like he found him in your bar already.
Yeah.
And he was visibly shocked that, oh shit, there's a kindred here, and did not want to go back inside because he assumed that was Victor's place. But yeah, he was already in there.
Jace will look around to the group. I'm okay with it if the rest of you are. It's if we absolutely have to, we just kill them all. It's, I don't know, no big deal.
And
But-
Jace, you would know this because of the way that Iris and some of the other Tremere think of thin blood alchemy. It's like you all are very proud but knockoff version of mages, and they are only imposters to what you all can do.
Yeah.
But it's like where you might put like some C4 on a wall to blow up a very small section. They would just shoot an RPG into the room to do the same thing, right? They're not as delicate as a Tremere can be, and a Tremere is still not as delicate as a mage who would just open the door.
Yeah. Yeah, so he also has blind confidence. Yeah, I mean, if we can make this a meeting place. If things go bad, we kill them.
Yeah.
And there's only
Kitty,
so many.
you say kill them, and Kitty gets up and leaves. She just walks away.
Well, he'll be mildly confused, but also like, I don't know, maybe she knows some thin bloods. I don't know. And then continue. And like, wait a second to see if anybody else is gonna like get up and run after her. But if they don't, he'll just kind of. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but I think that this place is as good as any for us to have some sort of meeting area. If only because
we can have some control over it, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't trust going to other people for help on this particular instance, right?
That's why we're talking as a coterie, because we trust going to the coterie for this.
Well, and to bring back the hierarchy of power right here. So it goes Prince, Primogens, and Sheriff. Sheriff, and then the Hounds, and then everyone else. Regardless of age, regardless of generation, regardless of politics. They might try to force that, but when it comes down to what the main Camarilla outside of New Orleans is going to think, it is Prince, maybe their second of command if they have a seneschal, the Primogens and Sheriff, the Hounds, and then everyone else. It's kind of why some of the Hounds, the Hounds were more likely to go out of step compared to everyone else, just for the fact that it's regardless of power. So it's kind of it's like being like an E1 in the military, but somehow being able to tell a captain what to do all of a sudden. You're like, oh, I might try to flex my power.
Yeah. Okay.
Or it's like the newest person in a bar being able to tell the head bartender what to do because
you're mixing that wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, because because we trust each other, which is the entire reason that we are discussing it. And he'll like specifically say that
we're discussing it after it already happened. He went ahead and had a little chat with him.
He's the sheriff. That's a very
he's also the sheriff and not
and
part
we're
of our
fucking
coterie.
hound.
Yeah, I mean, he still overpowers us and overrules us and gets to make those decisions. We're supposed to discuss
that's what we're supposed.
He also didn't
we work for him.
Just do it. He's still asking. He didn't just say, "Hey, they're using it as a meeting place now. Get your shit together, guys. We have people here." He didn't say they suddenly know all of your names and addresses. They might be coming for you.
They don't know your names and addresses.
But they might be coming for us.
Of course they're coming for us. They're the second fucking Inquisition.
He's trying to make a business arrangement, not make besties with them. There's a difference.
Well, it's not the second Inquisition. It's the Thin Bloods.
Oh no, but that's what Siren and Jen are talking about.
They're having a different argument.
Okay. Now I'm tracking. Sorry, I was just like, hold on. I may have misunderstood.
Fucking internet.
Go fight the modem. Fight the router.
Listen, the minute we go on break, I'm burning this house to the ground. You have no
But the frenzy! No! We can't do fire!
What did you say? What?
Jem, if you want me to wait 3 days to talk to you next time.
Jesus Christ. We're sitting. She flew.
Oh no, she
flips the table.
I assume she flips the table.
She flips the table like Jesus.
She flips the table.
He'll catch it and put it down.
And in the temple. Fuck your money laundering. You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. Since apparently I can't be trusted to make decisions, you go ahead and you let me know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just going to go downstairs and make some money. Fuck off. And she's...
And then Jem walks away, and Kitty, if you're still down in the bar,
okay,
Kitty, when you left, The camera pans on you after Jem flips the table. Victor catches it, puts it down. Jem gets even more irritated that her frustration couldn't be like relieved, and just like storms away. And as the camera pans down with Jem storming down the stairs, it goes to you. Are you still in the bar?
I went outside.
You went outside.
So I am standing outside the bar, and I have my comfort cigarettes because I don't actually need them, but it's a comfort.
You can
thing.
light it if you would like to. I mean, if you have a lighter.
I asked someone else to light it, but I kind of like look away when they light it.
Fair, okay.
Or close my eyes when they light it.
You know, and there's I saw in the text like it's like this may not ignite the frenzy. I'm like, yes, it does. Yes, it does. In my world, fire is fire.
Still
I don't care
new.
how
We
big.
haven't learned how to deal with that yet.
But
I am over 10 years old.
That's new
Since
in relative
vampire
vampiric
years.
terms. You know it.
I'm not less than a year old.
So you don't have to give anything away, right? Of why the conversation bothered you. We can let that play out in the storyline if you want. But what does the camera see when it looks at?
The camera sees someone who, that I said this last time, spent their whole life trying to save lives and is now in a situation where she'll either lose control or be told to kill something. And she's already been told to kill so many things by her sire that she is just so against it at this point, especially because in her mind, Thin Bloods didn't get the choice. They were shoved into a world and then told you don't belong here. And that makes her upset.
Okay, so the camera gets a little flashes of that off and on, and the camera would turn to Jem to see what Jem is doing, but it just sees Jem still walking down the stairs due to the internet. It's like they're like glitching down the stairs. We don't know why.
I like to imagine that she keeps going down and then she decides to go back up and say something and changes her mind and go. So it takes her 10 minutes to
the
get
ping.
downstairs.
It's just the ping. It just like she's walking down the stairs and then she's walking down the stairs and then she's walking down.
I think it's a Malkavian just madness like in her mind. Even she's at the bar pouring drinks, but she's still walking down the stairs.
Yep.
So it just leaves Victor, Siren, and Jace upstairs.
He looks over. He lets after Jem leaves. He'll vampire pop the bones. We're sure she's Malkavian.
Pretty fucking
As
damn.
sure as we can be.
Sure, she's not Bruja. She might be Bruja.
Who knows?
We don't
Maybe
know how the
Camille.
prince happened. We don't know how Camille happened.
Yeah, maybe
There's a
Camille has
possibility.
some weird nonsense going on.
All right,
Dude, Camilla's weird, man.
we're not using the salve.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
We'll deal with it. It's not just her bar.
I know it's not. I know.
And this is the safest place for us to do it. We can close it down. We can keep it. We
And
can
this is
make
the
sure that
only
there's no
place.
kind there.
This is the only place where if it gets back to the wrong people that were running it, we can make it very clear that we are keeping an eye on people instead of just letting them run loose through the city. This is the only place where we have the possibility of keeping the upper hand and the moral high ground, as morally high as you can get when you're damned for all eternity, over anyone who might have concerns over why we're letting them live.
What bars are around here?
There's the one across the streets. So this is Bourbon Street. So there's tons of bars.
Mm-hmm.
The one across the street, you guys have. Thank you, Pixie.
I've been on its roof.
You've been on this roof. It's called Salute,
Okay.
but like, not salute, but like cheers. Salute.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of, it has a similar kind of vibe that y'all have. Like you guys are the first one on the row that starts kind of like the pride bars, like the standard gay and LGBT like bars, where everybody can feel comfortable and be in their own space. You guys are kind of a mix between the bars before that and the bars after that. It's the same thing on the other side of the street with Salute, but it's more of a country Cajun atmosphere where you all are more of a newer generation. Everyone, their demographic is different, but their clientele is a lot of the same.
We're going to compromise. And you can see him sort of clean his fangs as he does that.
Compromise.
Come
now.
with me.
Okay.
And he leaves. He puts his thoughts together and he leaves. He starts to walk down. And I'm assuming Jem is at the bar, or in her office. And whenever Meg hears this, because I'm assuming she's on a delay, and hopefully she'll smile at that. Victor will tell her, we're going across the street. If you'd like to participate or have a say in this, come now. And okay. And he'll look out back and see if he sees Kitty.
She is standing in front of the bar.
Oh, okay. In front. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was me.
That's all right. I like the roof across the street. He looks across the three of them. I'm going to go to this meeting. I'd like one of you to come with me. The other two of you are going to go across the street, and you're going to ghoul whoever owns it. That will be the place the Thin Bloods do their business out of. Kitty, you and your numerous eyes will keep tabs on them.
Can do.
So, who's coming with me?
I'm not ghouling a person.
Then I guess
Kitty,
that's you.
Kitty it is. Stay here. And he'll head back inside. And he'll open the door for Jem to Jem's office. The rest of your coterie has their orders. They might benefit from your assistance. At this point, you're not letting them down. You're not letting me down. You're letting them down. And he leaves.
I don't know what he just told me to do. Christ.
He essentially said, your coterie could use your help.
I'm sure they can. I really am.
Are you technology
I'm
mad?
on my I'm on my hotspot. And it's this bad. That's why I don't know what to do. I'm really sorry, you guys. I think Jem's out for the night. Yeah.
You are
I think
okay.
Jem's just gonna rage quit in her office.
Okay.
Apologize.
No, that's you can't help your internet.
Yeah,
don't know what to do.
I do remember, because you're on Spectrum, when we started the channel, every night from about 8 to 10 o'clock, it was just like it got weird and bad. Or like at 10 o'clock to 11.
I'm on my hotspot right now.
Yeah,
I'm on
I'm
my
asking
phone.
if you can disconnect and recall on Zoom on your phone using mobile service, because you can call into Zoom on a phone camera.
Let me try.
Instead.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
we're trying to find solutions. Yep. While tech support is happening, Victor will come outside and say, all right, Kitty, you want to ride with me?
Yeah, because I really like your motorcycle.
God, I ship them so hard.
Yeah, wait for it. If you're a good girl, I might let you drive it.
Yeah.
So I'll be on my best behavior then.
You said wait for it first. Fucking killed me.
I knew it was coming. Yeah, absolutely. So yes.
I posted in the chat 3 days ago that Gangrel was have praise cakes, and Cody read that and took it personally.
Well, no, he Victor and Kitty have had a good conversation.
We have.
Victor is also he may not have like a ton of social graces, but like awe and inspiration and working with people, he pays attention to how people react to things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the difference.
You tell me I'm a good girl. You pat me on the head. I'll do what you want. That's how it works.
and that really helps.
Science.
Yeah, the difference was the first time through, he wasn't staying. Like he wasn't making friends. He was he was just battering his way through. Like he didn't have that urgency, that need. So this time he's like, fuck, all right, I gotta
make friends.
I got now he's playing politics. Before he was playing James Bond, now he's playing politics. So we can jump on the bike and get going. Out of character as Cody, real quick. Hey, looking good. We'll see when she connects. I don't want to. I know ghouling people is like a messed up gray area, and if I, as the player, have given you some sort of command that you have to follow that is upsetting to you as people and players, please let me know, because I will make an adjustment, or we can find a solution that you guys don't have to listen
Siren
to me.
Siren has an army of ghouls. They have threatened to, Siren doesn't give a fuck shit.
I know she does, but I was including more than just Siren, and I, as a player, wanted to not force you guys into a situation that you would not like. That's
yeah. I mean, like Jace is about to have a conversation with Siren, but Matthew's good.
Okay. So, your characters can hate me can hate Victor for what he's like, for his plan, right? Like I know it's not a great plan, but like also I also completely get not wanting it to be like, it does put you guys as a coterie, as characters and players, does put you in danger. So across the street, this is my compromise, and you have the powers to do it. So I wanted to check in, just because, if it was like go roofie people, like that feels
sure. Which is, it's a good point, like, because for all intents and purposes, when you're ghouling somebody, you're removing a lot of their free will, and you're using them as a tool. And that's why we put the content warnings in there. Like, we are not good people. We're trying to hold on to the humanity, but knowing that it is going to slip away. And it's one of these things, like, every time you do this, it slips away and slips away. Whenever you sacrifice what you believed is immortal for the betterment of your immortal life, you lose a little bit of that humanity. Now, if it's not against one of your tenets, your personal tenets, your belief structures and cores, you're not going to lose humanity by doing it. You just might hate the person that made you do it. So there's no mechanical deficit or anything else like that, unless you're harming a touchstone or one of your core values. So we're going to skip over. Is everybody good before?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to skip over to Siren and Jace, being still left alone up there in the VIP, because I really want to see this. You speak when you're spoken to, Pixie.
no.
I think
Not,
they're
not
outside.
about that.
They followed
yeah.
me.
Yeah, you guys are
We
outside.
can head back upstairs and
Yeah,
make a
if you
plan or
want.
whatever.
To just plan about
Wherever
it.
you guys
We
want to have your
this
private.
conversation while I'm ghouling someone would be really funny, but this is I would like this scene to feel like the equivalent of in the film version of Sweeney Todd. Let me sing a ballad while I slit throats. It's fine. It's glorious. That's the peak of that whole
You
film for
are
me.
my friends.
Accurate.
No, it's
accurate.
Joanna. And
It's- yeah.
Oh, that one?
beautiful and
That's
fair
not my-
slice drop.
That's not the best song.
It's so good.
Yeah, no, we can head up after Victor's told us to go ghoul people. We can just kind of like motion to upstairs to like
We'll start
vaguely
Facebook
talk about
scrolling
it.
and make sure we find the right owner and shit. We'll
Yeah.
do some digging.
Yeah. But once we get up there and we've like done a tiny bit of looking into stuff, I'm not really gonna address the people storming out of this conversation because honestly I'm really tired of that happening with our group. But I'm also not gonna ghoul anybody. I will help you do it, but I'm not gonna be doing it unless for some reason I have to, or else they get away.
I don't mind ghouling someone. You don't have a ghoul, do you?
No.
Neither
No.
does Kitty has no humans. Jem won't do it. It's just me. And it was Addison.
Well, yeah, I think for Jem, it's this noble thing of the whole thing, and I don't know why Kitty doesn't do it because I haven't really asked her about it, and she really hasn't talked about it. But
she flashes back to the slumber party shit and thinks she
Yeah.
absolutely understands that there's some bullshit about taking away someone's free will. That
Absolutely.
would make Kitty very uncomfortable. She may be wrong, but that's what Siren assumes is that,
Mhm.
that's what Siren 100% assumes. And she goes, no, I know why she won't.
Yeah, well, so I'm not forced to it now, but Tremors used to vaguely ghoul each other. And I think that's really fucked up. So kind of on principle, I don't want to do that also because in my own way, that's me saying fuck you to the way that Tremors used to behave.
Yeah.
So unless I gotta, I don't plan to, but not for some like moral high ground. I'm better than you because I don't ghoul people.
You can be
So-
better than me. I ghoul people for the worst reasons in the world.
It's fine. I don't give a fuck.
You're allowed to be better than me.
I don't really care why you ghoul people or why you don't.
Oh, it's so nice to talk to you sometimes and not have to psychoanalyze my own undeath. It's very appreciated. Honestly.
I do what I can.
Well.
Are you okay?
No.
Okay.
I don't like Korean fighting anymore than anyone else. I just can't help but feel like the moment Bargain Bin Eddie Valiant showed up, I was branded as a fool and a fuck up. And I didn't even bring him here. Not on purpose.
The camera quickly switches over to St. Louis Cathedral, where Eddie Valiant is standing little milk crates on top of milk crates, peeking in through windows, and taking pictures, then moving them down. And it's weird. There's a father and a woman playing patty cake. And then he gets down and takes it up.
I said Bargain Bin Eddie Valiant. I was very clear. But she goes out of her way to hurt us. Potentially. And it doesn't matter that she had the best intentions in the world. She did what I did on purpose. She did what I did on accident on purpose, and she wouldn't let me hear the end of it for the longest time. And I can't even bring myself. I'm really, really trying. I stuck around here longer than I've stuck around anywhere. And I feel like I still can't fix things, help things, without crossing lines I don't understand. Or... Anyway, it's not really important. What's important is, I am fully eager and willing to ghoul anyone who fucking deserves it, and, all I need is for you to watch the door.
Alright, well, this won't help, but if it does, it's obviously easier to see flaws and mistakes in other people's choices than it is your own.
Oh no, I fully am fucking aware that by putting my real name on that goddamn sheet, I screwed up. And I've been beating myself up for it ever goddamn since.
We all did, but also, like, we all make mistakes, we all learn, and that's the important part, is that you learned, and blah blah blah, all that nonsense that I'm supposed to say as the nice smart person that's the nerd of the group.
You don't have to be nice or smart all the time,
Push
Jace.
that button, push that button, push that button.
I think the gem will realize that she fucked up one way or another, and I hope that it doesn't end up in somebody dying, but it probably will. Because at least your mistake, we could ghoul or kill and it was no big deal. I think that Gem just hasn't realized the gravity of her mistake being the Second Inquisition, because she, no offense to the two people that are in her clan that we care about, as he looks around in fear.
Oh my god, you were like, everything's fine.
But also,
Iris is just looking at her crystal ball like.
But also, I had Iris to show me the ropes. You had Vegas to show you the ropes. I think that of the three of us, and when he was here, Addison had Rebecca Chase to show him the ropes. So of the four of us, three of us had fairly put together teachers, and one of us didn't. So I'm hoping and chalking it up to a lack of realization and a almost childlike idea of wonderment and desire for everything to be good. And unfortunately, that is going to quickly be shattered, and hopefully somebody doesn't die because of it, but we'll see.
Last time I gave in to my childhood wonderment and had a slumber party, someone did die, so, you know.
Oh, that's fun.
I was really hungry and he was a jackass.
Fair enough.
I was like, we didn't kill anyone.
No, not at a slumber party. I was like, I had a fun night where I pretended like I had no worries, and the next day I murdered someone. Like...
I don't know. Hammy destroyed something that night. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
All right, well.
Good for him.
He deserves it, honestly. And that's also that's a later conversation about ghouls.
Well, we can go get the bar set up, I guess.
I want it on record that I fully disagree with Victor's choice here.
Oh, same. I think that we should just do it here. And
so do I.
Because it's, again, not just Gem's bar, so.
It's not even that. It's not even just that. It's the fact that we are still new. The bigger a footprint we leave doing shit like this, the more resources we have to spread across the city. He wants Katie to put eyes on it. He wants us to ghoul someone across the street. Again, I don't have problems legitimately with the ghouling, I have problems with now. This is one more spot we're all gonna have to check in on. We're spreading ourselves too fucking thin. We're spreading ourselves too thin when we should be able to keep everything tight and close together. There's too many threads that are loose right now.
Can't disagree, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Kind of just gonna ride this one out because I don't know, if we have to kill the bar owners and we have to kill some thin bloods, oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. She tucks a little. She's going to cut, just in case, as like an emergency, in case she can't bully this whoever the bar owner is into drinking. She's going to pull a flask out of one of her pockets. She's wearing cargo pants today. Like the big, like the like hot topic cargo pants that have.
Are you Kim Possible?
Yes. So she pulls one of the a flask out of one of the pockets and bleeds into it, and fills it up with blood, and tucks it back in. You smell vodka when she opens it, so you know it's going to be a little diluted. So if she has to pour, so it won't look like just blood. It'll look like some kind of alcohol because it's being diluted by this alcohol. So she has to like pour someone's drink or spike someone, like she can from her pocket.
Yeah.
Just so I'm gonna link what the flask looks like.
Oh God!
In chat.
Thank
and
you
I just
for being
realized
ready
I can
with
buy
that.
this.
That was fantastic.
I can buy this flask, and I
you're
need
going to?
this
It's on your wish
flask.
list now. I'm assuming.
We're adding this to my wish list. BardicSway.com.
There you go.
It's the flask from Little Nicky. But as soon as you said I pull out a flask.
Oh shit! That's exactly what it fucking looks like. Are you kidding me?
And I'm just like, oh, that has to be.
That's 100% what it fucking looks like. Correct. You're correct.
But that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. And they will head across the street.
Okay.
Yep.
Jace, are you going with her?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
Okay.
him. Because I'll help out however I can. Oh, and before, this is also just something like I have discussed this with Megan a little bit, but for everybody in the coterie, if you would like, about once a week, Jace does his weekly rock offering.
The Bloodstones?
Yes, where
Okay.
he will offer each of you, and if Victor wants it, but basically it's a little stone that I can use that I can just I know where you are, which Jace also realizes can be really weird and
No, Siren,
creepy to some people.
Siren has
but, like,
always accepted it. In addition, I
Yeah.
feel like if we just throw it away, then it's no longer tracking us. Like
Absolutely,
if I needed to
'cause
hide
it's
and I needed to
it's
yeet it into the
literally
river,
a
it's a
pebble.
very easy. It's a tracker we choose. It hasn't been injected into us. Like,
Correct.
The
But,
real
like,
friends we made along the way is the trackers we choose.
yeah, exactly. I choose
Accurate.
to be tracked by Jace.
So
yeah, but
Siren,
like it's literally
Yeah.
like a. I think he makes they're all basically little like worries. Actually, no, they're all crystals
course
from
they
from the shop.
Did you find your frequency?
So
Crystals speak to me. What do they say? Buy more crystals.
Kitty never has it on her, but she'll put it on Fred's collar, so we always know where Fred is.
That is the
Fair.
most important thing. We always know where Fred is.
We always
Yeah.
know where Fred is.
But before we like split up and everything, I just wanted it like I wanted to like make sure that I mentioned it, that each of us are offered one of these, and feel free to have one if you would like.
Yes, please.
For tonight, I have taken it because I feel like that might be important in case I get murdered.
Sure. And
The
again,
minute she was
it's a
like,
weekly
I'm riding the
basis.
motorcycle, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, like every Tuesday is Bloodstone Day when he
Bloodstone
offers
and
you your
charcuterie.
bloodstones.
Do you like a bloodstone? Would you like a
Siren,
bloodstone?
for a lack of a better word, you have a herd of the mechanical herd. It's a mechanic. It's a merit.
I know it is.
You've ghouled so many. No, you're gonna have to pick a number between 1 and 10, right? And that's how many people you have. But
Well, Vegas
essentially,
killed one of them.
yeah,
So 9.
Two of them.
Fucking
didn't he?
dead.
yeah.
He killed two of
He
them.
did kill 2 of them. Yes,
Yeah,
he did
it's
kill.
essentially like, well, you put her in danger, you're dead.
Yeah.
And the other one who didn't even
Siren's
know
not gonna tell
is
him
dead.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's you now have that merit because we haven't given you that mechanic yet. But essentially, you can feed from them for free, and they're your ghouls slash retainers slash drivers slash whatever. And it's one of the benefits of having such things is you can track down one of your herd and feed from them with nothing.
And yet, that is where she draws the line, unless it's an
Yeah.
emergency.
Yeah, I mean it's not your preferred feeding type. It's like, oh, I have salad at the house. God, I want Burger King. You know.
We're not
So we'll do
stopping at
that.
McDonald's. We have food in the kitchen. No.
I really love the idea of I have all these walking blood bags. Nah.
Yeah.
And someday you can ask her about that line, and it'll be fun and tragic.
So we watch, the camera watches Jace and Siren walk down the stairs and go across the street and open the door, and it's like country gay. Like there's pride flags, but there's like
Country
a
gay.
cowboy hat on it.
God. Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Yeah, happy Pride Month. There's a little bit of like a leather community because there's a lot of chaps and vests.
Oh my god.
But like you don't know if they're doing it for fashion, ironically, or just because this is their normal everyday attire.
Look for the handkerchiefs and you'll know.
You look for the
That's
handkerchiefs.
true.
Anybody needs the
That's
hanky
true.
code. You can learn the hanky code.
To Google.
Yeah,
I
hanky
already
code.
know. Kitty already knows it. Don't worry about it. But
I'm dying. It's okay.
it's fine.
And so you guys walk across the street now. It's there's a whole list of everything that you can just
I'm
identify
learning
yourself.
things. Tristan, don't look it up.
That's true.
It's one of those things like, if we just all had like little wristlets and bracelets and stuff, like I'm this. Oh, okay. It's the same idea.
It's the Spider-Man memes.
Exactly. So we watch you guys go across the street, and it's a very similar layout to y'all's bar. It's not as wide, it's not as big. It looked like
Bayou also owns this one.
Camille sitting at the bar, and it's like, what are you doing here? And you guys walk in, and there's 3 men behind the bar. So everybody knows Yo-Yo is doing the work of 3 men at all
Accurate.
times.
Accurate.
And they're all dressed up as like you can kind of tell like the uniform is very it's 2 men and a woman. It's very like if Hooters was country gay. So it's a
Isn't
lot
it?
of
I mean,
it's a lot of skin.
You're not wrong.
It's a lot of skin still being like within OSHA regulations kind of deal. But yeah, there's 2 guys and a girl. They're all wearing a vest and like a leather vest and nothing underneath. And whether it be boxer briefs or the bikini brief, and like chaps.
Hmm.
And you guys walk in the bar.
I would like to blush of life right before we
A hard
walk
same,
in.
yes.
Okay.
And then we have to like roll for that, don't we?
I'm double checking because I meant to do it last
Yes.
week.
I'm pretty sure we do.
Believe it is a
It
rouse
is a
check.
rouse
It's a
check.
rouse check. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's see if you
please.
guys pop off to
Please,
3.
God.
Oh God, imagine.
Yeah,
I
you
failed.
Kitty would not. You
Ah.
failed. Okay, so you're
I
at 3.
failed.
Actually roll.
But wait,
Stop
if I
falling off the
fail,
desk.
do I blush or do I like not?
You still blush,
Oh, okay,
but you are
gotcha.
hungrier.
That's fine.
I rolled a
Um,
9.
You succeed. You're
Ooh.
still at 2.
And he'll order a what is he gonna order?
What's a
Well,
cake
let's
drink?
back this up. So when Jace blushes of life,
Mhm.
you feel the pulse, you feel your skin flush, that warmth returns to your body, and it seems to permeate out to this entire bar,
Oh.
where you feel that pulse returning, and your senses are just feed.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
you. Yes, feed, and that's the feel that you get to it with going to 3.
Mm-hmm.
You're real hungry. You're real hungry.
Luckily, I don't think any of these people believe in shit. He just
But
kind
it's
of
the
like
correct type of leather community. They do.
I'm gonna
Accurate.
laugh if the owner is a true
They believe in
believer.
something, all right.
They believe in something. They're
he'll
seeing
like
someone's god.
there's a little shiver of hunger and want to feed, and then he'll kind of chillax and walk up to the bar.
Okay.
Can I say that they did some research on while they were upstairs and trying to figure out who like the owner is?
Yeah, with a very quick Google search, you can figure out who owns the bar, like owned and operated by.
Yeah.
And it's you don't know what she looks like, but it's Myrtle Ortega.
Okay. So Siren's gonna split off from Jace and just like we've got our phones, we're gonna blend. And she is going to go sit. If there's like an office somewhere or like an office door, she's going to find a table or a spot by the office. She's gonna get a drink, and she's gonna like perch somewhere and listen or watch and try to make sure she's gonna make contact with the right person.
Okay. So where your bar has a stage, their bar just has more tables.
Good, we are far superior.
So it's a similar layout without the stage. So you know if it's the same layout that the manager's office would be kind of past the bar to the left, to the right, and there's a table outside there.
Right.
There's a little like booth area.
Yeah. She's gonna just, so she's not gonna like go down that hallway, obviously. She's just gonna perch at that table and be chill and what do her vampire ears hear? She would like to just kind of listen and vibe and try and see if the owner is in and if there's anyone in that back office, etc.
Do a wits awareness.
Yeah.
And Jace, when you walk up, there's nobody giving you like immediate attention. So if you want to call somebody over, there's a white dude and a Hispanic dude, and then a woman that looks like she's probably Creole, but definitely like a mixture of cultures in New Orleans.
Are any of them the people that came up on the Google search as owners and operators?
You didn't get a picture, so you wouldn't know by face.
Got it. What about were there? I assume we got names instead.
You got the name of the owner operator. You didn't get a name of the bartender. Actually, no. You would have gotten the name for the bartenders because it's more of like a come look at us.
Sure.
You know that. Where is my? There it is. You know that the Hispanic gentleman's name is Victor as well. The white guy's name is Edward. It's Edward Eddy, and then his last name is Hart.
Okay.
Victor is Victor Hoffman. And that the woman's name is Cameron Thompson.
Okay. Cool. He'll is the bar
and
like
if none of you
busy?
guys write that down, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oh, I didn't write it down.
It's my last name. I don't remember, and also I'm not there, so I don't.
Victor Hoffman, Cameron Thompson, and Edward Hart. Owner and operator is Myrtle Ortega. So I have to research names. You have to write the names down.
Cody's like, I've been playing with them for 5 fucking years. They will not.
I will
will
occasionally.
Every now and then.
I go.
What's
back
that
and
lady
forth.
that I Googled?
I go back and forth.
Made her my blood slave? What was her name
notes
again?
taking and not notes taking.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
simply note take what Kitty knows because then I'll know things that I don't know. That's
Fair.
unfortunate.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is the bar busy?
Yeah, I mean it's not as busy as y'all's with on like a good night. But there's a lot of people here. There's a lot of people drinking. There's like 4 or 5 people at the bar.
Is it like line up to get drinks bar, or is it?
It's kind of like it's not line up to get. It's kind of getting where you can fit in. So like, hey, hey, I want. Okay, I'll wait. Hey, you. Okay, I'll wait.
Sure.
Because they are passing drinks, and they're not ordering anything complicated. So they're quickly pouring drinks and going. But
yeah. He'll just whoever he can flag down first. He doesn't have a particular person that he's looking to flag down of the three of them.
Okay, so Edward actually comes over, the white guy, and he comes over and he goes, "Hey, what can I get you?"
Yeah, can I get a rum and coke?
Yeah, any preference? Captain, sailor,
whatever you got's good for me.
Sounds good. I like you. Good. All right, and he kind of like walks away. And he turns around, he comes back, and he starts pouring his Sailor Jerry, and he goes, "So, are you new here? You kind of speak like a local." And he starts pouring the.
I mean, no, I've lived here all my life. I actually, I'm friends with the guys over at La Save. So I just was in the area, figured I'd do a little bar crawl. Oh, he froze. Oh, he froze.
All right, I'm back. So he hands you the drink. You say like,
"I'm super." Oh no, we don't have.
I know. I was like, oh no.
So he hands you the drink, and you say, "Yeah, I lived here all my life."
I'm friends with the guys over at La Save. So I was in the area, figured I'd do a bit of a bar crawl. You know.
He slides the drink back over. Okay. No, I'm just playing. Here you go. He goes, "Hey, look, all the competition is good. We brings people into both of us. So
exactly.
Is business good over there for y'all?
I mean, it looked like it was pretty busy. I just kind of popped in and said hey to my friend. She's one of the bartenders over there, Yo-Yo. I don't know if you know her. So I just said hey.
I think and he looks over and he goes, "Hey, Vic." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "This guy's friend with your little love interest over there."
And we have to kill him.
He points at La Save, and he just like, "I'm not into her. Look, I'm not."
You want me to get her number?
No,
I can
your number maybe. I don't really swing that way. Like she's got a nice style to her.
That's true. The Yo-Yo is pretty fucking cool. But no, it looks like you guys are doing pretty well over here. That's hell yeah, good job.
Yeah, appreciate it. You know what? Drinks are on us tonight.
Oh, thanks. I'll tell people over there to come on by.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Anything else? Do you want any snacks? Anything else?
Not for now. I'll come back if I need a refill.
Okay, awesome. And he just kind of like walks away and he starts, "Hey, what can I get for you?"
Yeah.
Camera follows Jace.
On my wits awareness check.
Yeah, he'll just find a table and kind of keep an eye on Siren.
On my vibe check, yes. 3 successes, one of those was a critical.
Okay. With all the sounds in the bar, when your sensory perception peaks, you do hear in the mixture of all the other voices and the clinking glasses and the boots on the hardwood floors, you hear somebody talking behind the wall. You can't really make out what they're saying, but you hear a click after that, like they're hanging up there, like the click in the bell, like they're holding up like an older receiver, and that's all you really hear.
I'm gonna wait for a moment and see if anyone goes in or out of that office. And if they do not, she is going to go quietly not quietly. She's just gonna slip out of her table and go let herself into the office.
Okay. Roll me another wits awareness.
I shall.
And tell me how long you're willing to wait.
About 30 seconds.
Okay. That's enough time. Yeah, you only need to roll one then.
3 successes, no criticals this time. Just
okay.
normal.
So you're watching the bar. You see a couple of people come out from like the kitchen and serve some basic food, and they walk back, and you're like, okay, that's a server, that's a server. The trio at the bar kind of stay there, and then while you're watching, there's some guy kind of stumbles off the bar, like trying to stand up, kind of stumbles, and the trio kind of like look over, like, can somebody get this guy out of here? And you take that time to realize, like, this is probably your best bet where nobody can see you to go inside.
And I do.
Do you knock, or you just go?
I just
you try to go
walk
in.
the fuck in.
Okay, you walk in, and there is a woman. She is looks possibly like Hispanic and Creole, very like tan, like darkish tan, brown skin. Her makeup is just gorgeously done. She's got like green accents on her eyes. She's got her hair pulled back in braids, and down in front of her, she's also wearing one of the leather vests, but she's wearing jeans. And
I would like it known as I enter the room, I enact awe.
When you see her, it looks like she is about to engage in solo activities.
Great, awesome, phenomenal. I have accidentally changed that focus.
She immediately like takes her feet off the desk, kind of like leans up and go, hi, oh.
No worries, darling. No need to be ashamed of me.
Can I help you?
Not as well as I see you can help yourself, but I'll get out of your hair real quick. My name is, oh fuck. My name is Terrasol. I represent the musical interests of some of the bands that play across the street. And I was kind of looking to expand an area. I noticed y'all don't really have a stage, but I was wondering if I could talk to you about some lucrative partnerships, perhaps, in the that might help bring some business into your fine establishment here. And she'll just go and sit on the edge of the desk and just lean. She's got good cleavage, and she'll just in case, and she'll just lean and be as charming as fuck.
She leans up, very like taken aback, like, one, there's somebody in my office. Two, I was not planning on this happening at the moment. Mm-hmm. And she kind of like adjusts her vest and kind of like rearranges some things, and she takes a deep breath in and goes, so you're with Lasav? No, you help them. You want to help us.
I am one of the I help the musicians in town.
Okay.
I happen to represent a lot of Slav because they have a stage there, and y'all don't really have one here. But I was looking at the location and thinking maybe y'all would like some live music one every now and then. I might be able to help you design something around those areas.
Yeah, we actually just bought the parking lot for the building behind us. We're gonna try to open that up to maybe an outdoor venue. Don't tell Lasav, but it could
Siren
be
makes a mental
way
note.
bigger than their stage area. We're just kind of trying to expand property-wise.
Well, then I'm so glad that I found you. She pulls her flask. She starts. I am so very glad that I came in here. Again, apologies for the interruption. I'd like to get in on the ground floor of that. As you can see from the crowds that go on in and when the bands are playing, I do a real good job of making sure I get good talent in there, darling. I'd like to bring that to you. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
Are there really glasses anywhere on the desk?
There's not. There's a bottle of Captain Sailor next to her, but there's not really like glasses. Very much like a drink from the bottle kind of woman.
Feels right. Siren's going to take the bottle, open it, and take a swig because she's just ballsy as fuck right now. Do you happen to know off the top of your head exactly what size that parking lot is? Or do you have to, if you want to look it up real quick, I've got a moment. I'd just like to sort of bring you some blueprints and some plans, and we can talk about if you want to be interested in my services.
And yeah, she looks over and she's like, yeah, I mean, I can look up the number. It's essentially the size of this building, but bigger.
If you have some exacts for me, real quick.
And she reaches over and she's like, all right, so we're
while she's looking
Sway
down,
doesn't have the math.
No, while she's looking down at her computer at paperwork or whatever, she's going to spike the captain with the bottle, with the flask.
And she hears, roll a, what is a sleight of hand? Roll a.
I have
larceny.
Yeah,
I
it's
do-
like dexterity.
I was like dexterity larceny. I
or-
can do that.
Or like,
I
it's
heard
not
arson,
really
I was
right,
like,
but
yeah,
like
burn it down.
dexterity subterfuge or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's not
do
really
dexterity
right,
subterfuge.
Like I
Who's
have
dexterity
streetwise,
larceny?
but I don't think that picks.
Actually, dexterity stealth.
Dexterity
Oh,
stealth.
dexterity stealth also works.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter because I don't have. I only have larceny. I don't have.
Oh.
I don't have subterfuge or stealth.
Let me Google larceny real quick because it's very similar. It's
Yeah,
it's
that's what I
swiping
was-
shit.
yeah.
Theft of person. We'll say larceny.
Okay, great.
We'll say larceny. Because it'd be like pickpocketing.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
very
Except for
similar.
it's the
It's
other way
still sleight of
around. I'm
hand.
putting something in your pocket.
Mhm.
I was gonna like offer to do shots with her like a normal person, but she doesn't have like, so I have to fake it. Like I have to. Yes. Sorry. 3 successes
Nice.
Okay. And
out of 4 dice, so I'm very happy about that.
Ooh,
The other
hell
one was
yeah.
a 2. It made me anxious.
Ooh.
okay, she only got 1 success, but it was a crit success, so it was 2.
It's a 3. Oh, thank God.
She only had 3 dice to roll.
Okay.
So yeah, you look at her while she's looking down, and you're kind of watching her as you pour a little, and there's a slight little clink
Yeah.
from the metal to the glass, but she doesn't look up. She's shuffling papers, and she looks to be about the same age as you, which again is still kind of young to be a bartender, like a bar owner. But as you slip your flask back and you pull the bar away from the bottle away from your lips, she looks at you and she goes, yeah, she spits off these numbers that don't really make sense to you, and I'm not going to look up, but it roughly equates to the size of the bar. It basically would be taking La Save and putting it behind the bar and then making it flat.
Excellent.
So it's a very large space.
Well, I've got some beautiful ideas for that space, my love. And she puts the drink, she does not cap the bottle. She puts the bottle back in front of her. I think I could bring you some really interesting design work and clientele, and maybe help you get this launch party going for whenever you're ready to open. We can make a big splash, show up people across the street real good.
I think that could work. Yeah. Do me a favor. Do you want to get lunch sometime tomorrow and talk about it when I have like more of the stats and the numbers available? Or
You know, musician life, sleep in pretty late. We're up real late into the morning. I prefer a nice dinner, if you're into it.
yeah, do you want to meet here and talk about it, or do you want to? I mean, we can get some steaks to put on there. We just don't really serve steaks because it's kind of not cost effective.
I understand. I'll come pick you up. We'll go someplace nice. Just a lot of, call me old-fashioned, but I actually like a walk around the city with a street cart. Kind of look around, listen to the music in the street.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. And she stands up and she goes to like shake your hand.
Darling, call me old-fashioned once more, but I like to toast to new friendships and business arrangements. After you? Or I'll go
She goes-
first. Yeah, after you.
And she goes, yeah. And she actually like, she goes to put the bottle to your lips and looks at you for a second. Like it's equidistant between you and her. And she looks at you for a second, and you can visibly see like a chill run down her body. And then she takes a swig. And that chill kind of expresses itself even further, and she kind of like gets a tingle through her body. And she takes another sip.
Excellent.
And she hands the bottle to you.
Oh, I'm gonna make a choice, just in case. Is your private stash? I would hate to drink too much of your solo.
No,
drink.
of course, go for it. I'm just gonna hold a bar out there.
All right. So you just keep the good stuff for you then. As Siren goes to take a drink, she's gonna bite the inside of her cheek, so that when the blood drips back into the bottle, just to be sure that there's enough in there. It wasn't super diluted. Just to be certain that it gets in. And she will take a sip, and
roll me a rouse check.
Excellent.
Because you gave blood to fill up the flask. Now you're giving blood again. And while there's not anything really that says rouse check to
a 1
to give blood.
Oh
Okay,
no!
so-
I hard failed.
So you're at a 4. And
Oh no.
Oh no!
No, you're at a 3 now, right?
I'm at a 3 now. I'm at a
Okay.
3. I'm fine. I have to
So-
go hunt later, but I'm fine.
You and me both.
So when you do that, it's just when you feel that sharp little bit of pain and you taste your own blood, it's one of those like masochistic mouth pains.
Mhm.
And you feel the beast just rile up that you could just do it right now. You don't need her to drink your blood. You could literally sink your fangs in her, drain her dry, and then put your blood into her. You don't need a ghoul. You could make another one tonight. You could have your own. And that feeling kind of goes away as the pain subsides.
Tomorrow then, darling.
Sounds good. And she kind of like points the bottle to you and goes to sit back down.
Enjoy your break. And
I will try.
and she leaves. And just immediately goes. She keeps her swagger, she keeps her fate, whatever. She'd like to find her way to a bathroom, and if it's private, if it's like a solo stall or something, just fucking. Is it a public? Like, is it a 1-stall bathroom? Is it a multi-stall bathroom?
No, it's like a 3-stall. It's gender neutral, but it's
Okay.
3-stall.
Is anyone in there?
Yeah, there's somebody in the first stall out of 3, and then there's a guy washing his hands about to head back out.
She will go into the last stall, close it, and just press herself against the wall and try to force herself to calm down for a hot second.
Okay.
She texts Jace. Or she Snapchats Jace. Got a little hot. Gonna need air. Hope you're having fun, winky face. And as soon as she's breathed and she's managed to, she's gonna head out back into the street.
Jace will finish up his drink, go back up to the bar, and put a 20 down, put his glass on top of it, and scooch it in, and then walk out.
Okay. And he takes it, puts the shot glass down, or the little tumbler back down, and kind of puts it. He tucks it in the inside, because every character has inside pockets,
As they should.
in his
As
vest.
they should.
No COVID and inside pockets. That's the
'Cause
world we
those
want.
pockets are the
Everyone, every
best.
dress
The
has
world we
pockets, and
want.
every item has inside pockets, right?
Yeah.
He kind of tucks it in, and he looks and he goes, "Man, I told you I like that guy." He just kind of goes back to doing what he's doing.
And then I'll go find Siren. You okay?
I'm about to buy us an outdoor stage. Anyway,
Ah,
I'm gonna need a snack.
same.
Yeah.
Getting pretty hungry. And so he's gonna go back into the Sav. Do you need my help
No,
getting food? Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay.
She's gonna immediately head. She knows she is at risk right now. So she is specifically gonna go to Lamia. Because if she loses control, people she knows are close by. But she also, it's a strip club, and so there are sleazes there regularly, so it is good hunting ground for her to
Well, to be that needs to be clarified, because Vegas runs a very tight ship. His clientele, when it switched over to his owning, that is his herd.
that's fair. Then are
You
there
would need his permission to feed from it. Not that you couldn't get that.
No, she's
but
trying to
it's
hunt. She's
considered
not
poaching.
she wasn't sure if like jackasses were there.
Not usually. Usually that's Vegas's. It's not his preferred
Good.
feeding type, but
Then never
he's not about. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not.
Then are there bars near Lamia that
Yeah, yeah. There's like some hole in the wall.
she's gonna find some hole in the wall. with good back alley access.
Okay.
But we
Yeah,
can come back to me later. We can do.
Well, we'll go ahead and do yours now because Jace is going to need to feed us.
I was letting Victor and Kitty do their thing. I was.
Okay.
That's what I was. Yeah.
Well, do me a favor. We'll see how the roll happens. Roll me a dexterity stealth.
Just dexterity.
Well, are you trying to lure people by being a victim?
I have. If I am, I have specialties in that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how are you going to go about feeding?
Yeah, I'm gonna use easy target. That's a very good
Okay.
idea. So I have extra dice.
Charisma performance or charisma persuasion, and then
Performance.
your bonus to being
Yes.
pity me, don't hurt me, please hurt me, so I can eat you.
Yeah. Charisma. So 4 dice for charisma, 4 dice for performance, 1 die for my specialty. If I fucking fail this goddamn roll. Easy target is like the most dice I
Me-
can roll for anything, essentially.
Me
like,
doing
it's-
occultism checks if I fail this fucking roll.
Okay, oh my god, I do not. 8,
Me,
9,
every time
7,
I do a
10,
drive.
6, 6, 7, 8, 7. I succeeded on all of them, and
I needed a 4
succeeded on
success.
1, 2,
Or we were
3,
gonna get a
4,
little crazy.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 successes.
Okay. You immediately, there's like multiple people that look at you like you're the easiest fucking target for what they want right now. And you actually see when you start walking down an alley, there's like 2 guys that are walking kind of together, and they come down the alley. And while you're like looking at your cell phone, pretending that you're not paying attention, but obviously aware of them, obvious to everyone in the camera but the 2 men, they go, one of them comes up. It's a white dude in a leather jacket, not like a biker, but like a country leather jacket. And the other dude, he's a black guy in a sleeveless t-shirt with he's got like one really nice chain on. He's got a hat on, and he says, "Hey, miss, are you okay?" And the white guy goes, "Of course she's okay. Look at her. Look how fine she is." And they start approaching you.
Oh, fuck, I never turned all off. I feel like I'm accidentally just a beacon right now.
You did not.
Got
You
fucking
also didn't
hungry,
blush of
shit.
life before you had a conversation with a bartender. Or bar
I'm
owner.
sorry. So, oh god.
You attracted a lot.
I did. I'm sorry. She was panicked about hunger. She was panicked about, oh, this was almost very bad. I almost made a mistake in there. I have to get the fuck out. She playing the drunk. I was looking for somewhere to get some water, and I got lost. Why don't you go get me a drink, and the other one can keep me company? Can I convince one of them to leave? So I only have to deal with one of them.
Not by saying that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I will listen. That's fine.
And they come up,
Gotta
and
fight them both.
the white dude kind of like gets behind you, and he like puts his hands on your hips, and to where the black dude is in front of you, and he goes, "Oh yeah, we'll both keep you company, and you can always have something to drink."
If you insist. And I'm just gonna fucking stab one of them.
Dexterity or strength? You're gonna stab
my
him?
knife melee skills.
Okay, was it strength?
It is dexterity, melee, knife specialty.
So you have the white guy behind you, the black guy in front of you. Who are you stabbing?
The guy behind me.
Okay, you're gonna stab the white dude.
Uh-huh.
Roll me melee, so that's dexterity melee.
And I have a specialty in knife.
Thank you, Hammy.
Gem. Oh.
Oh no, we had her. She
Gem was here.
Oh, there she is.
There
Yay!
she is.
I've been here this whole time.
No, I know. We just like
Yeah.
your face. We haven't been able to see your face the whole time.
Because you're stabbing a man in the fucking alleyway.
Right.
I'm
this-
having a nosebleed right now. Just saying this, I hate you all so fucking much.
If it had been one person, I would have just tried to eat them. I don't think I can handle both of them at once. So I'm trying to invalidate one of them. I'm trying to
invalidate them?
Yes!
What a way, what a description.
9977443. So 3 successes.
Kitty just has this feeling in the back of her neck, like, wow, if only we had a place full of weapons that you could have and use.
I can't hear you, Slight.
What is your goal in stabbing him?
Honestly, if I could avoid stabbing doing damage and I instead backhand him with the back of the knife, like if I could just I'm just trying to use skills I have. I'm just trying to get someone off me. Can I like use the handle instead of the blade and still use?
You can. I need to clarify, just so you know, like you're not being grappled. You're just being suggestively handled.
Yeah, she remembers what happened last time, and she doesn't want to let it get to that point again because she lost control last time.
So he does. You hit him, and it's like right to the right of the groin, like into the hip area, and he's like, "Ah, fuck! What the fuck is up, bitch?" And he now is trying to like, he's going to like reach and try to grab you.
Weirdly easier to bite someone during a fight and make it look normal. So that's fine. That's fine. She will let him, and she would like to bite any part of him that's nearby.
So yeah, as he's going to go for like your collar shirt area.
That is what a legitimate woman would do when being attacked too. Yeah. So it looks like a real choice.
I mean, it looks like fang marks.
That too, but still.
Okay. So everybody's aware when you bite somebody, I always assume competency. You can lick the wounds clean as long as they are your wounds that you've inflicted. So that's why they're
close.
There's no like bite marks
left.
But yeah, you bite him, and then you feel around the back of your neck and then around your waist. Mm-hmm. The guy that was in front of you now is behind you. Mm-hmm. As you've turned to get this guy off of you, and he tries to grab you, and you bite his arm.
I'd like to focus on the guy I'm feeding from for a sec, and just get out of the danger zone.
Okay.
Please, because if I roll badly and have to do another rouse check here, I'm fucked. And I'm just trying not to.
Roll me the moment that you latch on, he tries to rip his arm away from you. Roll me a strength brawl.
Fuck me.
Or you can do dexterity athletics.
We're gonna do dexterity athletics. One more die. A 10, a 9, and a 3. So 3 successes.
Okay, you stay latched on. You stay latched on. You take 1 point of hunger back.
Thank you.
He's like, oh fuck, God, dude, get her the fuck off of me. And he's like, you can tell that he's not fighting as hard as he was a second ago. Mm-hmm. What do you want to do?
Can I, before I get pulled away, lick the wound?
I would like you to make a willpower check to see if you can stop from feeding more on this guy.
Yeah. Not trying to just murder people in the alley right now. Like, that is... I did that already. I'm trying not to do it again. What? Dice gone. Okay, a 6, a 7, a 9, but also a 1.
Okay. No, you stay latched on, and he starts to... no, sorry, you wanted to remove yourself. So you do, you pull out, and you lick it clean, and just like in one motion, mm-hmm. and kind of throw him off to the ground. Mm-hmm. And when you push him away, he doesn't collapse fully to the ground, but he falls and kind of stumbles back. And he's on his ass, like looking at you like, what the fuck just happened? And then the guy behind you, you feel it grip tighter, and he's twisting to his right, and you feel the preparation that he's about to try to throw you into the alley wall.
Where is the wall in relation to us?
Maybe like 4 feet to the left, 4 feet to the right. He's gonna throw you into the left wall.
I'm gonna let him throw me into the wall, and I'm gonna try to taunt him into coming so I can smash his head against the wall. But I'm gonna let him get me there.
Roll me a dexterity athletics.
Okay. Like I'll let him let him eat me. It's fine. It won't hurt. But like he doesn't have to know that. At 2
One day
successes,
we're
no
gonna
critical.
bite the wrong person,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be real bad.
Yes, it is.
Oh, let me roll this for
It's gonna
him.
be a werewolf or like a fae. We're gonna be dead.
It's okay.
With his one success,
Oh my
he throws you, doesn't realize that he's still attached to you because you've grabbed his arm, and is immediately just spun around, and the back of his head just goes crack against, and he collapses. The white guy that's now on the ground, he stands up, and as you're kind of like throwing him to the wall and kind of bent over, you just get the briefest glimpse that he's trying to like kick you straight in the forehead and like lay you out of these big like steel toe cowboy boots.
Can I catch his leg?
Do you want to invoke celerity?
No. Too many witnesses.
Celerity isn't a blood rouse.
No, it's too many witnesses. I don't want them to be like, this girl moved faster than fucking light. Like I don't.
The black dude that you just knocked out, he's out.
Okay.
He's unconscious.
Then
you
yes.
gave him a concussion. He fell. This
Then
dude.
great. Celerity it is.
Yeah, you catch his leg. What do you want to do?
Also, shove
you
him
wanna
into
break
the wall.
this?
I
Yeah.
wish I could. Actually, can I break his leg and shove him into the wall?
Oh God.
You can break his leg.
They were trying to assault me in the alley, and I'm not allowed to drain them. I still have to make them suffer.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want
I
to try to
get
break
it.
his leg, I'll need a strength plus brawl.
Okay. It's not great. It's not great. Gotta put more points in that shit. No, I do not break his leg.
Okay. He feels the pressure and tries to like, he's trying to get off of you. He feels like this could break at any time.
Yeah.
And then you use that momentum to throw him into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
He lands against it hard, but he starts to stand back up.
I'm gonna kick him in the head.
Describe to me how that looks. She's like front kick him like kapow to the head.
I would like to break his nose.
Okay.
I would like to break his. Actually, unfortunately, because I read Ender's Game, I do know that if I broke his nose up into his brain, it would kill him. So I don't do that as much as I want to. I just would like to. Isn't there a spot right here where if you hit it hard enough, you just fucking knock someone out?
That's a shark.
No, there's
to
like
be
a.
fair,
there's
to be
a human
fair,
spot.
any shock to the skull
Yeah.
bounces the brain against and bounces it back. It's such a rapid succession. The synapses stop firing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the reset button.
Then I would like to just. I would like to just try to
Yeah. Strength plus brawl.
Recalibrate him.
recalibrate. I would like to turn him off and turn him on again,
Recalibrate.
Yeah.
please.
And hit you in the head really hard.
Okay, 1 success.
One success.
Yeah, I don't have a lot in that
he's-
skill.
When you go to like kick him, he just goes like tries to move and tries to grab your leg.
All right. Well,
And so that was a crit success for the first one. He's only got 2 die that he's rolling.
so am I.
Yeah.
I
but
wasted
he's
all
got
my
a-
successes earlier. I am failing.
He's got a crit die as well. And he's got your leg like right here next to his arm. He's on the ground. He's sitting there, but he's like, I'm not fucking giving your leg back. You try to hit me with it. He's just like, he doesn't know what to do. He's just
Okay.
like holding you. Like you're effectively, that leg is grappled.
I would like to do something fucking stupid.
Do something fucking, you still have celerity activated.
Yeah, I know. I'd like to do something dumb.
Go ahead.
Because they're a weapon at my I would like to can I if I drum really hard on his skull, would I be able to knock him the fuck out?
With drumsticks?
I have drum point.
No.
If I used knife handles, could
No.
I just fucking knock him out?
Are you an Ewok?
No, because even like you've seen my pocket knife. Even
Yeah.
if you had that one, it's
No,
not
I
gonna.
know.
It would hurt like
then,
a bitch, but he's not gonna be like ah.
Then fine, I am going to. I had backhanded him with the plate, so it's still in my hand. I'm guessing I would like to flip it and just stab him in whatever part of him is closest to me.
That would either be his arms that are holding you, or his like jugular / head? You choose. Because he has your leg like here.
I know.
So
I'll stab his arm, because I'm gonna stab his arm and then I'm gonna try one more time to put his head through a wall.
okay, you stab his arm.
Mhm.
He starts to he immediately lets go and tries to like shove you. Strength plus brawl to see if you can just punch him right in the face so it rocks his skull.
Mm-mm. I'm failing hard.
Oh
y'all.
no.
What was that?
2 2s.
Oh no.
Okay,
That's why I was trying to be
mean-
creative with other skills.
we'll see what he rolls.
Ugh.
A 5 and a 10.
God
It's crit
damn
success.
it.
You're so fast that he doesn't see it coming, but you glance off his cheek and it actually like it craters a little bit into the wall. Just enough to like he hears the crick and it tries to like turn and look at your hand like it is too fast.
Mhm.
And turns to look. He's like, look, I'm out. Let me just get my guy. We'll
She's going to she's going to intimidation. If I see either of you ever try to take advantage of a drunk idiot like me in the alleys ever again, I will fucking kill you.
with where you're standing, kind of, you step forward to punch. Your foot is now between his legs, and he's trying to get away from you.
Mm.
Your foot feels warm as he tries to like crawl away from you and get his buddy and like pick him up and like, come on, man, this crazy fucking ninja bitch. Let's go. Let's
And
go.
she pulls out her phone. Smile, pussy, and she just takes a picture of both of them.
And he looks back, and the other dude is like coming to, so you don't get his like full face, just a side profile, but you definitely get the other guy's face. Like,
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah. And yeah, I got out of the danger zone hunger wise, and I beat the shit out of some idiots for a minute. Not as
yep,
much as I
you're
wanted
back
to.
you're back to 2. Yeah.
That's fine. I just genuinely didn't want to put us all in fucking danger again by being at 4 ever.
Fair.
So Jace,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? Where do you go to feed?
He is gonna go to La Save
Okay.
and set up in his little corner.
Okay.
And he's gonna see who he can get to come over for a reading. And he's gonna try and get like actually no, you know what? He hold on, I think
Do what I hope you're gonna do. Do what I hope you're gonna do. Do what I hope you're gonna do.
Oh no, I don't know what you're gonna tell me.
Do it,
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Do it. You know I want you to. Come on.
I don't know what you're asking me to do. I have
In your heart of hearts, you know.
because I have at one point I had been gifted a herd advantage.
Okay.
With
Was it Iris's clientele?
I just have herd advantage predator type. Because of the predator type I have, and the fact that I have Iris's
it would be
clientele,
your clientele that you've helped build.
Yeah.
So you would have to call them over, but you would be able to feed from them.
Am I this is gonna be really shitty. I'm gonna call one of them. And I'm going to tell them that I've got a really urgent feeling about them, and I just need to do a reading for them.
Do you want them to meet you at La Save or Iris's ancient
they
site?
they can meet me at La Save.
Okay.
And I'll actually bring them upstairs to I have a little setup upstairs as well.
So the benefit of having a herd,
Yeah.
she or he, they arrive.
Mhm.
they go up to your room, which looks like a fucking like Hogwarts in a room.
Kinda.
You sit down at your table, you spread your cloth, you lay out the tarot cards, and then you start to walk around, feigning like getting inspiration, and you feed from them.
He's hamming it up, yeah.
Yep, you feed from them. And how many dots would you like to feed from?
How frequent of a client is this? Because it would have been, I think he's so hungry that it would have just been the first one that he saw in his contact list.
Yeah, I mean they're all pretty infrequent based off just
because I
tarot
also
readings, and it's they shop the store a lot. They get readings when they either can afford it or they feel like they need. This is somebody who like desperately wants to believe in the horoscope and everything that you tell them.
Sure. I will you know what? I'm hungry. So I'll do 2.
Okay. We'll do 2 dots.
I'll do 2 dots.
You'll do 2 dots. Roll me a willpower to save to see if you cannot take anything else.
You got it, dude.
You got it, dude.
6 of those. Okay.
Your willpower is like legit.
Listen, that's what happens when you're a nerd.
Yeah. Kitty's willpower, not so much. It's okay.
Ooh.
We all have our weaknesses.
Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Okay. You take your 2 dots. They're left with the realization that you believe that they need to be careful about the coming days.
Yeah.
That there is a storm coming, either physically or spiritually. That something is coming to them in New Orleans, and not in a dangerous way, but just something to be aware of. And they feel at peace and drained by the reading, and they thank you. They give you a $20 tip, even though you gave it to them for free. They just that the spirits and the ancestors wanted to reach out to them through you randomly. They appreciate that, and they slowly but competently walk out, and you're back to 1.
Hell yeah. Jace feels a little shitty, but
welcome to having a herd of humans that you're just like,
less about that and more about exploiting the fact that somebody wants to believe in something to feed from them. But also Jace quickly gets over it.
So now that the scene's over, I thought you were going to go hunt the priests, like the Catholics in society, like not specifically Second Inquisition.
Who would be so fucking stupid as to do that?
Well, okay, so to be fair, like a Second Inquisition looks like a full fucking feast to Jace, whose preferred feeding type is true believer.
The man has a point.
Listen,
but
we're upset with Jem. We don't
quite.
want her to hate us forever. That's a horrible idea.
I didn't say you had to go hunt the Second Inquisition alone for some fast food.
But
if
still.
Jace was at 4 hunger, it's very possible. It's very
That
possible.
feels like
just
a line.
Because,
No.
just because he. Well,
Gina
also
gets
because,
the 4 hunger.
Also
Victor
because
has to
he
put me
could,
down.
because he could use it as a way to cleanse the city of some of the the Catholics.
At 4 hunger, Kitty is a walking masquerade breach, so everyone
that
knows.
is true. That is true. But
so
also, no,
we will
he's
go
not
ahead
gonna
and
do that.
we'll go ahead and take a break here. We went a little bit past halfway for the feeding frenzies, and we will turn in about 10 to 15 minutes. And when we return, we'll pick up with Victor and Kitty going to talk to Stuart and Company.
Stuart and Company. That sounds like a Disney animated film, like Oliver and Company.
Oliver and Company.
Yeah.
The small mouse.
Just wait for the rest of the names. You're fine.
Oh no.
But yeah. Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Rep RPG's Vampire the Masquerade live play Blood in the Bayou. And when we left off, some of our kindred was getting their feeding on after Siren went and took the first step into ghouling the bartender across the way. Whether it succeeded or failed, only time will tell, and probably will happen again tomorrow night and the night after until it's successful. But the camera picks back up with Victor and Kitty on their way to the address that Stuart, the thin blood that was found in LaSalle, gave them. And the camera picks them up facing this brewery. And it's only about half a mile away. About a 5-minute walk, 10-minute walk from the prince's own clubhouse and domain.
Yeah, they're stupid.
Oh, so
And
they either real brave or real dumb.
and so
Or
it
just
is
real lucky.
it is a smaller building called the Craft Kettle Brewing and Equipment. And it is like I said, a small building and a large parking lot. Like the plot of land is fairly decent. If you were to section it off, it'd be like 1/4 is the building and the other 4 squares or the other 3 squares are the parking lot. And we pick it up with Victor and Kitty standing outside looking at this building, having ridden on the very wonderful motorcycle. Kitty wasn't a good enough girl yet to drive. However, they did arrive.
One day.
One
day.
I turn it over to you two.
So the place is relatively small. Can we have taken a drive around
Yeah,
around the block to kind of see?
And it's
just
literally
scope out
just
the
one block.
exits. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's kind of what I figured.
It looks like there's one entrance in,
Okay.
one exit out. The parking lot appears to only have like 2 or 3 cars in there.
Okay.
It doesn't look busy. It doesn't look like this place is doing really well financially. Like there's not a lot of business going on for being a brewery and equipment company. Sometimes they'll open it up as kind of like a bar. But when you drive around, you do see that there's another one close to it, a little bit bigger. The Urban South Brewery that is doing far better than they are. It looks newer. It looks like there's customers, where this looks like there might be 1 or 2 customers and a dude running the bar, but not a lot of people are lining up to get in here like LaSalle.
Sure.
I would have told Spot to follow us, and I have him keeping an eye on things as well.
Okay. You look up and you see Spot just doing his circles.
All right. Let's go inside.
Anything you want to tell me before we go inside that I don't already know?
They don't know where they are. They don't know who their neighbors are. So let's make sure that we keep that information close to our chest. And beyond that, the less they know as far as details about where the coterie operates, where the kindred operate out of, those will be benefits that they can earn in the future.
All right. I'll follow your lead.
If anything seems off or weird, bring it to my attention.
She'll nod.
All right. Let's go. And he'll... Yep.
You guys walk in, and when you walk in, there is a bar to the left and like little whiskey barrel tables with like some high stop stools around it. There's 3, and there's only one that has somebody sitting there.
Okay.
And there's one guy at the bar, and when you come in, you look, and it's Stuart.
Okay.
And he's sitting there like wiping down the bar, and he goes, "Hey, I see you brought a guest. Okay. Well, come on in.
Okay.
Well, can I get you a drink?"
No, thank you.
Of course. Who's your friend? Hi. And he kind of
Stuart. This is Kitty.
He steps around and he reaches out your
Before
hand.
he says Kitty, she says Elizabeth.
This is great, Elizabeth. This is Stuart.
Nice. And he steps around. He kind of like wipes his hands a little bit and tosses it on the bar. And he reaches out the hand to shake your hand. Elizabeth, nice to meet you. When you shake his hand, you feel the warmth. And Victor, he extends his hand to you.
I'll shake his hand.
Mr. St. James, glad to have you. And he looks over to the guy at the ramshackle bar top, essentially the whiskey barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "This is Oliver." And Oliver just kind of like nods, and he very purposefully he doesn't get up to show you any respect. He's been made aware of why you're here. You get that impression because he looks like he knows you, but you never met this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just kind of like watching you guys and just having a sip every now and then.
Is Oliver the gentleman I've come to speak with?
No. And he gets like very like nervous. He goes, so I talked to everybody that I can talk to, and then Oliver goes, would you just spit it the fuck out? So he goes, they're downstairs. I don't know how fruitful this meeting can really be, but make an attempt. We can make an attempt. We understand how some of the system works, and we understand where we fall under the food chain. And looks back to you and just kind of like, we'll do what we can to acquiesce. If you guys will follow me. And he starts walking to behind the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And Oliver stands up like he's gonna follow. He has his glass in his hand. He's gonna follow you guys.
Okay. Sure. Follow.
Yep. And as you guys walk down behind the bar is where in La Sav it would be the kitchen area.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Go ahead, Kitty, Cat.
I just said yeah.
Oh, it's where the brewing actually happens. So there's these big vats and big brewing equipment. These big metallic cylinders of equipment that Sway doesn't know the names of. But it's essentially like moonshine, but bigger. And like copper and brass and stainless steel equipment and pipes, and
They're called stills.
there you go. That's the fucking word I was looking for. Thank you, Jen.
Yeah.
It's a distillery.
And you guys.
Oh my god, I never put that together. Holy shit. Thank
Copper
you,
top
Meg.
steels. And you guys take a sharp left, and there's like this little rickety metal staircase. Angled ladder would probably be the best way to describe it. Like it's rickety. There's handles there, but it's like old as fuck. And you guys pop down, and there's a large space full of whiskey barrels, full of open areas. It's almost like an underground warehouse. And from y'all's perception of driving around the block, you realize that this is the entire property. This size is the entire property. Victor, make me a wits awareness.
Am I using my kindred specialty?
No, you wouldn't really need it for this.
Great. That is 2 successes.
Okay. 2 successes is enough. You notice that there's a difference between the wall texture of like brick to concrete. And you get the feeling that where the bar sits, the brewery sits, underneath of it was the original foundation.
Yeah.
It's not quite a basement area.
Sure.
It's kind of low to the head level. More of like a larger crawl space, but it goes for the entire width and length of the parking lot that it sits underneath of. And you get that this is an expansion, not the initial build of the building.
Okay.
And it's just lined up with whiskey barrels on the wall, and there's some equipment here. You get the immediate impression that breweries upstairs, alchemy's downstairs.
Yeah.
Similar equipment,
Mhm.
similar feel.
Okay.
But beakers and like, for lack of a better word, spell books. Like
Mhm.
there's tomes laying on the tables that this equipment is sitting next to and on and around. But the middle of it is completely empty.
Sure.
It's just a little overhead spotlight, just where it would end. And in front of you, you see 3 other people standing there.
Okay.
Now, Stuart, like I said, was kind of a mousy white guy. Oliver is older. He's probably in his mid 40s.
Mhm.
But also, Caucasian.
Mhm.
The guys in front of you, with the exception of the woman in the middle, the guy on the left and the right of her are both black, and the woman in the middle is she's probably about 40 to 50 feet away from you, but your best guess would be Hispanic or Creole.
Okay.
Very nondescript clothing,
Mhm.
but as you walk up, you see that it's almost fashion of not having money, but it costs money.
Okay. So like
Kind of
urban
that.
streetwear.
Yeah, like
And Kitty's brain is just ew.
yeah. It's not like garbage chic, but
Sure.
it's very like, trying to look like we don't care.
Sure.
And the 3 start walking to meet you guys, and
Yeah, walk up to meet them, hopefully under a light.
yeah, and they do. They kind of like where you guys would meet is right underneath one of the center lights, and
we go downstairs and concrete. Kitty just takes one step closer to Victor and is trying to like be okay with a second concrete basement in her life.
yeah, that's why I was like, I really wanted to drive home of where you're at, Kitty, just so you're aware. And
Victor sort of notices, and I think for the first time he's starting to put together that how much she doesn't. I think she might have said something to him about it, but
she doesn't like enclosed spaces.
Yeah, and
like,
so the woman walks up, and almost like in a pyramid fashion, like a triangle fashion, and the guys kind of take like 2 steps back from her walking forward, and she reaches out.
We got to Reservoir Dogs this.
Exactly.
We got to get that shot. Yeah, absolutely.
So she walks forward, and she extends her arm, and she goes, "My name is Teresa. This is Ian." It points to the guy on her right, very nondescript white dude, and Alan on the left, and he just kind of like gives you a hey, what's up, kind of, the white guy head nod, like, and
what's the first guy's name?
Ian.
Thank you.
And Alan. So Teresa, Ian, Alan, Stuart made the meeting, and then Oliver was up there, and Oliver's kind of followed you down. Oliver and Stuart are kind of standing near the back, near the staircase, just kind of like, this isn't my meeting, I don't want to be a part of it. Oliver doesn't want to be part of it at all. Stuart just wants to be away from shit. You get that vibe. And
can I use my not eyes of the beast, it seems like, but sense the beast?
Yeah, you
I just want to see what them buds feel like. I've never.
You click it on, and if you're a puma, they would be like a cricket. They would be your beast picks up like bug, disgusting, small, insignificant, just the faintest tint of the beast within inside them.
Your beast has disdain for that.
Yeah, she immediately cuts that off once that starts feeling like that. She's like, no.
What is Victor's beast? Because she senses it, right?
Yeah, I think I've sensed your beast before, but you weren't here. Victor was
here. Cody wasn't here.
Okay, so
Cody wasn't here, and it was like big, and she was
yours
like,
is like large, predatory, scarred and gnarled wolf that is constantly like hungry and ready to do battle, whether or not they're laying down or not. Like I think she got the impression of fear of just like, don't.
Yeah, my beast
If
is
you
like,
do, I
don't.
warned you, don't.
Don't.
But Teresa extends a hand to you, Victor, and says,
yeah.
my name is Teresa. And she reaches her hand over, and
I'll shake her hands and greet each of them in kind to, the ones that want to shake hands, the ones that want to do head nods. Well,
yeah. They do both.
Yeah,
Ian and Alan both step up, and Mr. St. James.
Teresa, Ian, Alan. Well, thank you for taking the time to meet with me. I'm hoping that you all see the importance in self-preservation in this meeting.
We do. And Teresa, she kind of nods and puts her hands behind her back and says, I understand that while Stuart was out looking for possible new clientele, that he may have overstepped his bounds and entered into, I believe you call it domain that doesn't belong to him. And for that, we would like to offer apologies. Hopefully there was no disrespect intended, so hopefully none was taken.
I like Stuart. I have taken no offense to him. In fact, I find him to be very friendly. And I kind of look back at Stuart and give him a slightly cheesy.
He just kind of like, so like, cool, yeah. And Teresa goes,
Stuart's like, I'm safe.
Yeah. And Teresa goes, it's kind of the impression of you that I received from Stuart was not exactly the impression that we've been given of a lot of your kind. So I appreciate the graciousness given.
Absolutely. And I wish I could tell you that the impression that you've received of us is overstated or misearned. It's not. I am a singular exception, and I work very hard to be so. Now, as such, I need to inform you of a few things. Stuart isn't the only one who has overstepped, not just in a larger domain, but in actual very personal space and domains. And in any other city, you would be hunted down and eradicated. Your presence is a danger to most. I, however, feel that each of us has place, not just in this city, but in life and on death. And I would like to help you find yours. And I would like that to be above ground. Hopefully, this is not just one of service and subjugation, but one of profit for you. The opportunity for you to have clientele that is not a masquerade breach, that doesn't endanger kindred society, that doesn't encourage the urges the rest of the kindred might have to dispose of you. That's ultimately my goal for you. And to be very clear, the taggings and markings of New Orleans with certain symbols has been attributed to other thin blood cells that I need to find an end to. And beyond that, your sires require correcting.
So the entire time you say this, she kind of is nodding along.
Mm-hmm.
She goes to interject and then stops. Goes to interject and then stops and just waits for you to finish. And she goes, I understand. I've heard enough of the relationship with our kind and yours, and along with the regular Joes, to understand where we kind of fit in underneath the power struggle and everything else. And I'm incredibly thankful that the fact that you let Stuart leave and hopefully not just used him to track us down to neutralize us. And I would like to meet a beneficial arrangement, specifically if we can continue to make profit and not have to. And it kind of drops. She's like, look, the fucking mortals, they don't understand that what this is out of obvious reasons. And sometimes bad things happen. Can we sit and talk for a second?
That's what I've come to do.
And you see her, she's got a bracelet on, and it's got a vial. And she moves the vial up, like just to click off it's got a little chain and a lid, and she draws on her hand with what is now blood, like it comes out of the vial itself. And she draws on her hand. And then from different corners of the room, a table swings over and sits in front of. And then 4 chairs come into position around this table between you and her. And she goes, Stuart, if you would join us, be our mediary. And she takes a seat and gestures for you all to sit down as well.
Sure, I'll come up and have a seat. I want to take a look around the room and see how much more furniture there is.
There are a few more tables, but only like 1 or 2 more chairs. It looks like the tables that are still in the room are more used for having equipment stored on, where this is one of the only ones, if not the only one in the area that you can see that is used for just sitting at, there's 2 chairs and like 3 more tables, but those other tables have equipment on. The chairs are sitting in front of those tables.
Sure.
One of the chairs from one of the other tables was slid over to accommodate the 2 of you, her, and then Stuart as well.
Got it. Have a seat.
Kitty stands behind Victor, and I want to use my vicissitude to make my eyes go like cat slits.
Okay.
And it's very like an intimidation, like, and she says like, that's a very neat trick. Let's let it be the last of the evening.
I do understand. I don't mean to provoke. I do understand.
I don't think you did, but let it be the last.
I would 100% agree. I'm sorry, Miss
Elizabeth.
I'm sorry, Miss Elizabeth. We get kind of used to doing our own tricks and don't necessarily think before we do them. I apologize.
I do as well, but you wouldn't like my tricks.
I understand.
And she's smiling. She's not like.
She's like, yeah, but Kitty smiling with cat eyes is intimidating as fuck, and she's just like, yes. And Stuart walks up, and so it goes. Unless you guys would like to sit in another arrangement, it goes her, Stuart, Kitty, and Victor.
Kitty didn't sit down. Kitty
did not. Okay, that's
sit.
fair. So while sitting down, she looks up to you and goes, "I completely understand. I apologize." And you see her kind of like readjust the vial on her bracelet.
No apology needed. It's your home. I'm just asking.
And she goes, so you brought up a few points that I would like to address. One, of course, we would like to enter into any beneficial arrangement that keeps us walking and profitable, if at all possible, as well as the graffiti. Stuart had mentioned that you were also looking for the individuals putting these tags up on the walls, and we are as well. It's obviously not you all. One, we didn't know that you were here. Two, it's very blatant, and if you know what you're looking for, it's very blatant. And so let's start there. Now, both Kitty and Victor, I would like to give you a chance to roll a insight awareness.
Yeah.
Vibe check. Insight. forgot my insight awareness.
Victor, you'd be able to add your specialty for kindred in this.
Okay. The awareness, kindred, and well, it's not awareness. It's or is it what's awareness?
It's the insight one. So let me bring up roll.
Oh, insight. Insight.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a specialization and I don't have specialty in insight.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought your specialization for kindred was just an extra die you added to anything that was.
No, so you have to take it for specific skills.
Okay.
So I have it in awareness and I have it in brawl. So I'm specifically good at fighting against kindred and looking for kindred. So it is just those specific.
This would be a wits insight.
Wits insight. Got it.
Or you could roll charisma insight as well, but it's kind of gauging what she's saying.
Cool. Got it. Same idea. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, and that one. So 3 and a bestial.
Bestial crit, bestial fail.
Bestial crit. Crit. So 3 or 5 if I get hungrier, I guess.
Kitty.
4.
4. You both get the sense that somewhere in there was a fucking lie. She's lying to you, but you don't. The way she said it, you don't know what she's lying to you about.
Sure. Okay. Gonna let that go for now.
She goes on and says, where would you like to start? I'm merely the host. Obviously, if you would like to enter in negotiations, we would as well. But
let's begin with establishing what you benefit from.
Well, aside from the surviving, like we mentioned before,
exactly.
You all have a deeper pocket set than the average Joe and Janet on the street.
Absolutely, and there are opportunities. Let's say positions potentially available for advancement. Now, I can't guarantee such things, but there are organizations and infrastructures that could benefit from your unique skills and your ability to manipulate the vitae, as it were. And they may find more lucrative employment for you.
She goes, just so I'm clear, vitae?
Yes, there is an essence within the blood that we kindred understand as vitae.
I believe that's the same essence that allows us to do not only what you can do, but allows us to manipulate another. So, are you talking about potentially working for? What do you guys? The blood bank? What do you guys call it?
Blood bank is fine.
Blood bank.
Okay.
Circulatory system would be the.
Yeah, so that's real. Okay.
Name. Potential. Again, that is an introduction at best, but having kindred as clientele is not only safer for you, their appetites are not only voracious, their pockets are deep.
And to be fair, some of that benefit to you would be that anything that the mortals experience, you would experience maybe different things, but also
it is a lifeline to humanity. Absolutely.
Not to overreach or overstep, but since we're putting things on the table,
please.
What are the chances of a promotion, but up the bloodline at all? How does that work?
That would require a deeper conversation. Okay. There are rumors that thin blood such as yourselves have the potential to advance to true kindred and to greater generations. Such things are rare in our society. They require special dispensation, and to do it without the very strict permissions of the prince and the Camarilla would call upon you a blood hunt. And I feel now might be a good time to display some of my particular poem skills and I'll sort of show the glowing Alistair palms. Blood hunts were once my specialty. And so
her eyes get like visibly wide, like this is something she hasn't seen before.
And so individuals that committed this atrocity without permission or under strict guidance would often meet with me in less congenial circumstances. So, I cannot guarantee you immortality or the night, but I can assure you your days would go unmolested.
And you're not one of the magic ones.
I am not. They would have to be more involved in potential, how to say, rituals that will advance you up that blood chain, if it is even possible. Rumors I have heard have gone both ways, that thin bloods are, apologies for using such a derogatory term, Duskborn are incapable of becoming true Nightwalkers, and instead suffer the true death upon trying. Of course, there are also rumors that some have advanced very far up that blood chain. So, as far as I understand it, like most things in life and undeath, it is very personal.
We've realized that through our own alchemy, that even with the same type of ours, we could try it the same way and get two different results. So I completely understand. Not that would be a prerequisite for anything. I believe that we can meet on a lower foundation and build up. What would you need from us in return?
You understand the masquerade, the term, and the basic idea of it.
Don't let the ones that still live and breathe and can die to know that we exist. Otherwise, the world blows up, for lack of a better word.
Yes, in simplest terms. Well said. I understand that there are other thin bloods, other Duskborn operating within this city. I understand you may not have knowledge of them or contact with them. However, your capacity to reach and discover them, I would expect your help with that.
I think we can do that. We do have more hours in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge of, yes, we're aware that there are other cells, groups.
I think you would also go ahead.
We're not in contact, but that doesn't need to always be the case. I think we can, as long as it didn't mean the death of all of them, I believe that we could come together as a network and facilitation.
Well, my hope is that we bring all of you under the same umbrella. And then once we have established a working system, ecosystem, that's what I wanted to say. Yes, ecosystem. Once we have established I kind of look at Kitty. Yeah, I said ecosystem. I did conservation work.
No.
Once we have established that, then we could keep other issues at bay. But you selling to the kind, to the mortals, to the humans, this too is a masquerade breach.
She looks at Stuart. I told you. It's we can't. She nods. Okay.
Stuart said we can't.
Yeah, Stuart said,
okay.
I told you, he said we can't do this. Like that's, a no, regardless of anything else, we're done unless we jump into this. We want to still make money, we got to do this.
Yeah. So
Kitty just gets more and more disgusted. Everyone's just like, money, money, money. And she's just like, ugh.
Capitalism!
Capitalism
Greed! Bring on socialism!
like
I'll just escape into the woods. It'd be so much easier.
Victor's there with her, but in Victor's world, like Victor dreams of Carthage, right? Like he dreams of vampires and humans getting along and everybody sharing a blood cocktail together. Like that's his socialist dream. But he 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 is currently playing sheriff, so he's playing politics. So anyway, yeah, I look to read her reaction.
So she responds, goes, okay. Then obviously that's even more incentive for us to play ball. Survival and profit, and being able to continue our research. That's, I mean, the money funds the research, funds the tools and equipment and research necessary to continue.
Access to that research and potential requests are something we can discuss in the future. It's not something I'm prepared to demand now, but do know that magical kindred, as you have put them, and certain other sects may have interest in your discoveries.
That's fine. Do you think they'd be willing to share some of their knowledge, or would it just be?
I think it would depend on how valuable your knowledge is proven to be.
That's understandable.
They would most likely be hesitant at first, but if we were able to prove your not only loyalty but value, then such things could potentially come.
Would there be any way to acquire the vitae of the full-fledged?
That is something I had anticipated, and I suspect, yes, that we could arrange that. Where do you get your vitae now?
Most of it comes from us. Like I said, we've been using our own vitae. I
didn't know that Duskborn blood carried such resonance.
We have to incorporate the resonance of another to actually, of the kind, we use theirs in a mixture in correlation with ours to achieve an effect.
Interesting, and to a layman like me, that is a sufficient explanation. I appreciate it.
Kitty makes a note in her head to talk to Jace about this later.
Yeah, and to the best of my knowledge, that's how it works. Is that they can use their own blood as long as they acquire the resonances of humans. The issue with that is that you have to, and where kind of the bigger masquerade breach happens is they almost will farm that resonance. To where, like, if you wanted to feed and get powers boosted, you would need that resonance. They need it for any of their disciplines, any of their skills and spells.
Yeah.
So where you already are starting at a 5 and you can boost it to an 8, they're starting at 1 and they can't do shit until they get a resonance out of somebody. Which is the biggest masquerade breach of, like, you're hunting humans and you can't close their wounds.
Yeah.
You're not biting them, but you're, like, medically harvesting humans for drugs.
Yeah. All right. Well, I didn't quite understand that, but stop it.
Stop doing it. Stop.
Bad thin blood.
Bap him on the nose of the newspaper.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think on the business front, we are of course more than willing to help, because it sounds potentially mutually beneficial. The tagging, we want to stop that as much as possible. Is this bad for business in general? I mean, sure, we live in New Orleans and it's spooky fangs and blood and blah blah blah, but it's starting to look like there's a gang of hunters and like vampire wannabes in the city. And when the cops come showing up, I'm assuming you guys are all taken care of. We're the ones that have the doors knocked on and beat down, and we're just sitting there. And then all of our equipment is out. It's not going to go well trying to explain to some cop that no, we're not vampires. And they're like, duh, vampires don't exist, but you have all this stuff. It's a clusterfuck.
Absolutely. But you have no information or leads on that front.
No, Stuart just told us last night that you guys wanted. We did a little looking
Then-
around, but we didn't see anybody. We just
What we will begin with, I will take this deal to my higher ups and arrange for things to begin to work on our end. Potentially give you access to higher vitae, as well as find you clientele and places to work out of. You will, in the meantime, stop selling to the kind. And you're going to reach out and make contact with all these other thin blood cells, as many as you can muster. Have you ever seen, what is that movie? They're running across New York, and there's the man with bottle fingers.
Oh, the Warriors. Come out
Yes.
to play. Yeah,
That,
yeah.
the Warriors. The beginning of the Warriors, when they all come together.
Okay.
I want that.
Can I not be the guy that dies because I brought everybody together?
I want it to be the guy that dies. I'm already dead.
As long as it's not me.
There you go.
Okay, so you'll take the information back. We'll find out what we can.
Have you ever snapped before?
Is that a prerequisite for have we not kill somebody or
And he'll- and
lose our
he-
temper?
He goes through his phone and pulls up the Snapchat symbol.
Oh,
the big,
yeah.
like this.
You guys use Snapchat.
Oh yeah, you missed that.
That's-
Victor introduced us to Snapchat last week.
Yeah.
You're right.
That was
he
the
calls
highlight.
it snapped. He calls it snapping and snap. Yeah,
I
it's
love
so weird. You guys
Here,
don't have like
this.
the whole like network.
And he opens his like
Why make work
QR
harder for
code.
ourselves? Work smarter,
It's like-
not harder.
Yeah,
you can
and she reaches
reach
in her
me
pocket
here.
and she scans a QR code. And she goes,
Snap
"That's so cool." Yeah,
There you
that works. Yeah, that's cool.
All right, good. I'll expect results within a few days.
Okay, yeah, I will keep you updated, and if there's any reason, I'll give you daily updates. You'll
Good.
get them when you wake up, and if there's anything that is
Well,
cause of
also-
concern, yes.
I will be checking to make sure there is no dealing on this street or in this territory. I want you to understand that.
I do.
Good.
To be fair, we don't really. There's nobody really here on the street when we deal, so it's kind of loss of business. And she tells you, like 2 blocks up from
Hmm.
LaSalle. She goes like, that's ours. The reason why we know there's other thin bloods is because we know not to go in their fucking territory. Like part of the tagging, I think, is to put them in their own territory.
Sure.
We've tried expanding, and people are like, no, I'm already good on that. And we know there's other cells, but we can try to essentially go onto their domain and try to find out. Just say, hey, look, we're found out, and try to bring people together. Yeah, that should be fine.
If you do it in the evenings, when does your business usually take place?
All day long.
All day long. What about
Well,
all
I mean,
night?
all the live long day and night.
There it is. Specificity. Appreciate it.
24 hours.
Sorry. Yeah,
Good.
we're like a 7-Eleven, but with trucks.
Well, business
So
is
kind of like a
closed.
7-Eleven.
Exactly. Business is closed, but I would prefer you reaching out to these other cells in the evenings. This way, if there is an issue, I can assist.
Okay. So we covered the business. We covered the non-business business. The tagging. I don't see an issue why this should be an issue. I can't speak for anybody else, but I can speak for ours. That we're willing to be on board with this.
If you have an emergency, there is a place across from La Save.
Oh, salute! Yeah.
Yes, salute. You should be able to reach out to the management, the owners, and let them know that you need to speak with Victor or Elizabeth.
Okay,
And
thank you. You guys fucking own everything. Okay.
presence is important.
I 100% agree.
Good.
Was there any other questions?
Last, but certainly not least.
And you
I
see her visibly inhale, fuck.
I understand
Didn't
that
forget
this.
about it, bitch.
I understand that this could be a sensitive subject. And your loyalty
Sway was trying to like just get out of this at all.
to either of them is important. But your sire, is it the same person for each of you?
And she kind of just like lets it out, just like, we're, for the lack of a better word, compelled not to say.
How old are you? When were you duskborn?
2 years ago.
And you? And he's going to ask each of them.
And it goes from like 2 years to a period of about a year ago.
Okay. Okay. I understand you're compelled not to say. If you have contact with your sire, deliver this message. I have dealt fairly with his children, misbegotten and bastardized as they might be. I have carved a place for them in this city. I offer them mercy. Once. Present themselves to the sheriff 3 nights' time at an address I will give you. Or suffer the wrath.
She looks very solemn and goes, I will deliver that.
I will declare blood hunt.
Would we be a part of the prey in that hunt?
I sincerely hope not.
Okay.
I don't expect you to betray your sire. You can't tell me, that's fine. If I have to find them myself, true death will be a mercy.
Some sires aren't worth it.
And some fates are worse than death.
Okay. Understood. I will deliver, and then you guys hear a explosion from outside. I look, and they start like, we didn't do shit.
Get down. He's gonna pull the leather jacket off and put together the crossbow.
Immediately, she rips the vial. If you would like to invoke celerity, you can.
Yeah, I'll catch it.
Okay. Well,
if I can.
She's do a dexterity.
Celerity, dexterity, yeah. Celerity. Yeah.
Well, do you have? Yeah, you can use the dots.
I mean, you can use 3 dots in celerity. Like I have fleetness and blink to
Okay. So you can get to her, but they're all also doing the same thing in a variety of places.
Stop. Keep yourself safe, but let me go upstairs.
Everybody kind of freezes.
I am not attacking you. Get to the back. Barricade yourselves. Stay safe.
So let's go. She walks, like she's facing you still, but walks back.
Victor will turn. Victor will turn and head towards the stairs.
Okay.
Kitty's right behind him.
Okay. Kitty, you have celerity as well, right?
Don't think I do.
Hold on. I
do. I have celerity, but it's Cat's Grace.
I will rouse for celerity.
Okay.
So that's a increase in hunger. So I'm up to 3.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't need to keep using blink or.
No, that's fine. I was just talking about like this, the speed in which you could get to street level and going up the stairs.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah. I'm not.
So-
I'm not rushing to get to street level.
Okay.
I am going cautiously, with my crossbow ready, and a normal stake at hand, because stabbing humans works just as well.
Yes.
Having heard the explosion and knowing it's a distillery.
Not that loud of an explosion. Not from
Okay.
directly above you. It is definitely outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still.
They blew
So-
up your
so-
motorcycle. I'm riding.
I know. Yeah.
So as you walk outside,
Okay.
you see your bike on fire.
That I before I went anywhere where I expected there to be fire,
Yeah.
I wanted to steel myself so as not to
Understand.
foreseeing fire.
So from inside the stained glass windows outside,
Yeah.
like this, the smoky stain, not like church stain,
Mhm,
you can see that it is a small fire.
mhm.
And that's right where you think you parked your bike out. So you steel yourself. I am still going to need a willpower check.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Willpower.
Well, I also need to roll one of those.
If you're going to go outside with that going, yes.
Yeah.
2 successes.
2 successes, Kitty.
2 successes. 2.
You, as you steel yourself and you look.
If I need to, I will spend a point of willpower to reroll.
If you would like to reroll
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Great. Okay.
Kitty, if you would like to spend a point of willpower as well, you would just.
And have 2? No.
Fair enough.
I'll deal with these consequences.
4 successes.
Okay. Kitty, with 2 successes, you know that you're going to face fire, and as you're about to look, your beast compels you to stop, like to not look. You cannot physically make yourself look because you know if you do, it's not going to go well. Your beast is writhing within inside of you to not look at the flame. Victor, with the additional successes, your 2 would have allowed you to look, but briefly. With 4 successes, you're allowed to walk out, gauge the situation of what has happened, and from the gas tank, you see what looks to be a carbon fiber like arrow sticking out of probably about 2.5 feet, sticking out from your gas tank.
Yeah.
With cloth and wrappings wrapped around the head of it.
Wow.
I'm gonna whistle for Spot.
And Spot comes down. Now, Victor, you can't stay looking at it, so
Right.
you're going to need to look away.
Yeah. So I've assessed it. I start.
You've assessed
Knowing
that
it's-
somebody took out your bike.
Yeah, with an arrow.
With an
So
arrow.
at a range. So I'm gonna start scanning like rooftops, and I will looking at it like I don't think it's they may be gone by now. But I would like to try to search for them.
Yeah, roll me a wits awareness.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Spot what they saw. 'Cause they were supposed to be just patrolling the building.
Yeah. So Spot comes down, and I always get Spot and Fred's voice mixed up.
Spot's the gangster.
Yeah, I was like, Fred is Batman. Spot
Fred
is
is
gangster.
Batman.
4 successes. Okay. Spot goes. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing. Look, all of a sudden, I'm sitting here looking at the parking lot, and then boom, the dude's bicycle. It went boom, and
You
look,
didn't see
fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
You didn't see anything nearby. Just an arrow came out of nowhere.
No, I didn't see it. There's an arrow.
Yes.
No, I didn't see. Look, I saw boom. I was looking over here, and there's like you see. I was looking at the water, okay? Look, you never know where they're going to come from. I'm looking at the water. I was looking at the parking lot. I was looking at the door. I was looking at the water. I was looking at the parking lot.
Go as high up as you can. See if you see anyone running from here.
Gotcha, boss. And he
Thank
just
you.
like, Victor, even with 4 successes, you don't see anybody.
That's fine. I didn't necessarily expect to. I will. When that's done burning, I want that arrow. And I will go back downstairs. And
Kitty. Kitty will stay upstairs.
as calmly as I can say it. Anyone else know of this meeting?
No, No, we didn't tell anybody. We don't even know who to. We didn't tell the sire. We didn't tell anybody. Stuart wanted like
Done. You have your orders. I'll hear from you in days. Don't disappoint me.
Oh fuck no. Yep.
And as
Spot. So
walk
Kitty's. Go ahead.
Okay. Just as I walk upstairs, I'm going to punch the roof in just vampiric rage and frustration at the people who broke my fucking bike. He's kept it together. Kept it together. Everything's been okay.
Roll me a strength and brawl.
Yeah, I absolutely.
The entire thing comes down.
I absolutely will roll you a strength and brawl, and I will lethal body if I have to break this. Yeah, it's all good. No, I don't need that. 3.
3.
Like,
okay,
yeah.
it dents the fuck out of it. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Victor's 3 is a lot different than like Siren, Jason, Gem. Like Kitty's 3 might be like Victor's 2 because like vicissitude. But like it's just a big dent into the tin roof, the layers of tin roof. Just there's a obvious fist dent. Like there's finger indentations in the dents. Spot comes back down. Boss, roof, running. Do I go? Do I not go?
Follow. I am running after it as well.
Okay.
If I don't see Kitty when I get upstairs, I will start moving very quickly and start looking to follow her. Try to find her.
So Kitty, you're going to need it. You can either run around, like well out of vision range of keeping that out of your peripheral, or you can make another willpower check to run safely close to the fire. Because it's essentially like you burning bike like 50 feet away, and then Spot flew off in that same direction.
I'm gonna roll willpower.
Okay.
That's 3 successes technically. One's a critical, then 1 success.
Okay. So as you're running with you kind of bring up your jacket or your hoodie or whatever to kind of like shield your eyes, and you start running off. Now you have cat's grace, but you don't have like blink or anything, so your speed is still increased. You're still moving at like not flash speed, but like super fucking fast.
Yeah.
Now you're moving on ground level. Would you like to climb and get up on?
I would use cat's grace to fucking vault
you just
the
fucking
building.
ping pong off,
Yep.
and, Super Metroid this shit on top of the building. And Victor, as soon as you come outside, you see what can only be Kitty fucking like Spider-Man jumping from one wall to the next up and getting on a roof, and she's just beelining off.
Yeah, I will follow her, and I have to help with that endeavor. I have celerity with fleetness and blink, so I can move extra fast.
You can.
And to climb, I do have I believe uncanny grip lets me
almost flawlessly. It's like spider walk. It's just like
yeah. So that's 2 rouse checks, I'm pretty sure. So
I need a rouse check. Hold on.
I will, let's double check that. All right, 2 successes. Stayed at 3.
Okay.
No, I am not. 3 hunger. Everything's fine.
It's so Kitty, like once you enact like cat's grace to like you almost slip and you're like, no, fuck this, and you just like you give it your all essentially, and you enact cat's grace, you get a little bit hungrier, and it's just like, I'm gonna fucking eat this motherfucker. Like, and you're like, you're like vampire rage up this wall.
Blew up the bike before I got
And as soon as you
inside.
climb up, like Victor just kind of like pole vaults over to the side of like where you're at, and you both take off in the same direction that you saw Spot going. You don't see Spot anymore. If you would like to do a wits awareness, go for it to see if you can try to spot essentially.
Yep. 3.
4 successes.
4. So with Victor with your 3 and Kitty with your 4, you can just barely make out where a light catches this tiny little bird. Because he's what? No, he's not. How big is Spot? Like I always
They
get
are
this fucked
small.
up.
The kind of bird
Okay.
that we picked for him is a small
Okay,
but
good.
powerful.
That's what it was. I thought they were bigger
Yeah.
and they're smaller. So
They're
you
smaller.
do see like a small. It's either a big fucking moth or a small bird, like zooming through the lights. And you see him kind of like fly around. Like he's not circling, but he's just kind of like looking.
Yeah.
And with both your speeds, you catch up. He hasn't moved. You catch up to him. He's under a light. Boss, look, I tried. I don't see. And he's like, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go,
What do
boss.
they look
Where do
like?
I go?
What they look like?
Fucking dude. He looked like a dude. He looked like a dude with a hood.
A dude with a hood.
Dude with a hood. He's running real fast. It wasn't fucking human. He's a dude with a hood.
Dude hood running really fast, so definitely not human. What color hoodie? What color? Give me something.
It was a brown hoodie. The blue skirt things with the legs. Some thick shoes.
Thick shoes, blue jeans, green hoodie.
It's very important to note
Brown hoodie.
birds of prey
Brown
do
hoodie.
not
Brown
see in
hoodie.
color.
It looks like a lot of shades of gray, but like
Thick shoes. Does that remind me of Lulu? That sounds like the prince's other kid,
Lucy.
doesn't it? Lucy?
no. So Lucy
Okay.
is almost always so thick boots. You get the impression he's talking about like work boots
Oh, okay.
and not like
Does that ring
gangster
any bells to
Lolita.
me?
no. I mean, it's just a dude
Right.
in a hoodie and blue jeans and like Timberlands.
I'm gonna. Oh, are we on a roof?
We're on a roof.
I'm on a roof. David Blaine levitated me on a roof. Didn't even put me down. I am.
I was laughing.
Can I use Sense the Beast to look down at everyone, see if I can find?
Yeah, you can do that. So you don't have to roll for Rouse Check Sense the Beast. Go ahead and make me a Wits Awareness. You kind of look around the general vicinity off the edges of the building where you guys are at. Victor, what would you like to do?
I'm because I'm potentially in the area. I'm gonna use now my specialty in Wits Awareness, Kindred.
Okay.
And I will run and jump and look across roofs. If I need to get higher, I will Batman myself higher. I got all the parkour moving skills at the moment.
You do.
So.
You do. Yeah.
I put in.
I see that. I see
I have,
that.
5 successes, 1 crit, so 6 successes.
Yeah.
So everything I rolled was a success.
You get no impression of beasts anywhere in the crowds below. 4 successes. You when you're running around, you're looking for it. Even there's nothing.
Okay.
Kitty screams, fucking punches the roof.
like Spot was your best bet of keeping up, and Spot lost.
Spot lost him. That's fine. We're on a roof. What type of roof is it?
Like it's a roof of kind of like maybe a 2-story, 3-story up. It's like a 2-story apartment building.
Okay.
There's nothing. It's definitely like a fire escape access.
Okay.
There's some air handlers on top, but there's nothing really. It's a little lip, like maybe a 2-foot like lip around the building, so you don't just fall off. But kind of nondescript.
That's fine. Do I think I can take a guess where the archer stood?
So the boat toppled over,
Mhm.
and so the arrow was kind of just facing up. But if Spot came from or wanted to go in this direction, it's probably on the roof that you guys are on.
Okay, so it's on this roof. Great.
More than likely, yeah.
Okay.
One of the 3 that are along the edge there.
Mm-hmm. I'll search for any signs of the person for a moment, and if I don't find anything, I have one more thing I would like to do.
Okay. So you just do me a Wits Awareness.
Sure.
Are you checking just the rooftop you're on, or
I'll check the other 2 because I
Okay.
can get there and back.
Yeah, very fast.
quickly.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a Wits Awareness.
Oh, dropped one. Bestial critical and then 2 9s. So
Okay, so 4.
4.
Okay. On the one to, if you're facing the way Spot was, like away from the bar, facing this way, the one to your left, you see in blood written "mine" on the roof. It's about maybe this big, and it's written "mine" in all caps.
I would like to collect the blood.
Okay. Just take a pocket knife out, and put it into something.
I'm sure I have vials and things.
Well, you do, yeah, because you dealt with it. Yeah,
I do. Yeah. I deal in that. And I will.
Just pacing the roof. She's angry. She's hungry. She's angry. She's hungry. She's just passing back and forth.
She's a woman. This is familiar to us. Angry, hungry.
I'll scrape up a little bit of it, and then I will pierce my finger, my thumb, and I will write. I'm gonna put an address. I'm gonna open Google and find the right address. I'm not gonna put my address, but I'm gonna I want to find a warehouse that I can. So I'll put the address and 2 days. So not tomorrow. Or no, fuck it. Tomorrow.
So to be fair, you did tell the cells to say 3 days from now.
I did.
So
I have other business to deal with before that.
Got you.
I can't have everybody doing everything on the same day. I got to schedule my nights out.
Well, I'm just saying, like you told the cell to have the sire meet you at a location that you're going to send them to.
And if this is the sire, then this is a different location. I'm setting up a different meeting. I am not assuming it is the sire, because we've had other hooded people do other attacky things. Like I could be getting attacked for literally any goddamn reason.
It's an X or something. It's nothing to do with the story at all.
Yeah, like it's a whole other issue. Like
it's Chase's ex that's finally come back.
Yeah, there it is.
Finally in the storyline.
Yeah, and
I swear to God, if it's Atticus, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Shut the fuck.
Atticus, that is Cat Sire.
Oh,
I have thoughts
right.
now.
That's right.
Mine. If it is their sire, then I will. Then they won't make the meeting. Then I free up my Sunday night, I guess. Like whatever, like I'm sort of fine with that. And if I deal with it sooner, I deal with it sooner. But I will not tomorrow night. I'll do it 2 nights. So I'm assuming they won't come back tonight. They might come back and see it tomorrow night. And then the second night. So it's still 1 night before my potential meeting with their sire. So
sounds good. So the address is listed. You hop back over, and it's you and Kitty, and turn the scene back over to you guys.
Oh, she's pissed. She's so upset. She's so upset right now. And if she didn't see the mine, or else she would have been more upset and scared. So that's where she is. She's kind of just like fucking pacing, not really paying attention to anything.
how far are we from the clubhouse?
With celerity active, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Like you're down the road, like 2 blocks, 3 blocks.
Sure. Let's speak with the prince. I'm gonna head there.
Okay, Kitty, do you go with? Okay. Well, that is where we will end tonight. And we will pick up next week with the sheriff and Camille and the Kitty Hounds meeting with the prince, and we'll pick up there. So sorry about the bike.
What the fuck? Oh no!
I didn't get to drive.
No, there's gonna be a murder. Oh my god.
I will say this. I'm going to just give you guys a hint, because regardless, this guy will be seen. But I want to give you guys Wait, can I just save the picture? Save image
Copy a picture
as?
to put it in Discord. That's what I've been doing.
Save picture. Bam, bam, bam. Wants to save it as a web file. Like what? No,
Oh,
I don't want that
That's
at
the
all.
worst.
Fuck you, Google.
copy link.
Copy link.
Well,
Copy
it's a list of copy image. Discord. Paste. There we go. Yeah, it works. There we go.
Oh fuck.
That is the face that Spot saw,
Oh God.
and he relays that to you.
Oh.
Die. He's gonna kill
Creepy.
us.
There's a brief look back. Spot recounts like Scar, weird dude. He doesn't know how to describe people. Just
Sure.
like
You're
bald,
doing it best.
Sitting with
bad
a
hair.
sketch artist and the pets going through Kitty would be just. That's
And
the
I'll put it for
weird
you guys.
episode we need.
I make a note in my head that I need to ghoul a dog.
for everybody in
They're colorblind too.
for everybody in Rep
They're a
RPG's
little
Discord.
smarter.
I just put the picture in there for you guys as well.
Terrifying.
Oof.
Creepy.
Oof.
That's a man who's coming for our skin.
That's
Yeah.
That's a
That's
man
yeah.
who's coming for our skin. That's one of those jackasses I was
That's-
fighting on Twitter with.
Mm-mm.
That's what Spot saw
Yeah.
plus a hood.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I respect his cardio, given that he got away.
Yeah.
You know what, Spot? You're still going.
But like I'm also bad at describing what people look like. I'm like, I don't know about this eye, about this Y.
He's
He's
all
a dude.
this,
He's a
and, like,
dude. Just look at it
here,
for
I
a
don't know.
dude.
Yeah. Looks like a
At
guy.
work when they're like, can you describe what he looked like? I don't fucking know. The white dude, hair, brown hair. Everybody looks the same.
He had hair.
But yeah, that's what we'll leave off tonight. Make sure you join the Discord, stay up to date. We'll post the links and stuff. I know some people wanted character art, so if you want to put in what your character's art or inspiration was,
Awesome.
let's go ahead and toss it in there for everybody. But that's where we'll leave you guys tonight. Come back next week where we watch. I'll have to figure out what Camille's been watching on TV, though. I kind of know. I've been watching a lot of stuff at work, and I'm like, I want Camillo to be a character in one of these movies that I've been watching. So I think he's going to be. It is, however, a Ryan Reynolds character.
Oh, good.
So
Oh.
tune in next week to see a vampire prince act like a Ryan Reynolds character.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Boy, I
What
hope
fun.
it's one of the ones we don't expect. That's always funny. It's not Deadpool. It's someone else
It's
completely.
the
different.
it's
not
it's
Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds
I
from
hope
the
it's
proposal.
Deadpool.
No, I need to
From
see
the
Ryan
proposal.
Reynolds from Chaos
All I
Theory.
want.
But like
Yeah.
the
There's
second
a
half of
saying.
Chaos Theory.
It's all just Ryan Reynolds.
You're not
Let's-
wrong.
Just
I
Ryan
would. I want to say that you're wrong.
no, I don't. I
but
don't
you're
want Camillo to
not.
watch anime. I don't want Bakugo Prince.
Oh, we do, coward.
Please.
You fucking
Like-
coward.
Sweat, blood, sweat, bombs. Bah, 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 bah. Like, I don't want that. I don't want Goku Prince either. He's dumb as a box of rocks and way too powerful. I don't want that. I don't need that in my life. I don't need
Oh.
Vegeta either.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is still that we keep bringing Kitty into these important conversations with the person who can't lie.
That is a nice. That's a nice like. But it makes it weirdly. It's like test her, try her. Are we lying to you? If you just don't fill her in on the entire plan, what she has asked for in the past, she's actually a really good barometer for people who want to work with us.
Yeah.
It is. Don't
Kitty
tell
will
her
be-
everything. Tell her just enough.
Kitty will be traveling back underground next week.
No. Don't
Um,
wanna.
Oof.
For those of you guys who are watching, yes, Sway forgets sometimes that the Bayou doesn't have basements. Get the fuck over it. It's fiction.
It's fine.
And if I want an underground secret lair, I need to create an underground secret lair.
Yes.
I saw that way earlier tonight. Like, they don't have basements. I said, they fucking do. Leave it alone.
This one does.
They don't have them
This one
everywhere. But
does.
Kristen, we
this
said
one.
she's gonna get it next week because premonition. We're gonna get it next week.
Ooh, we do.
At the start of
I-
next week because Megan's been having tech
I'm
issues.
not
Stressing.
going
We want to make
to-
sure that she gets it accurately and can like
I
do.
I
the
had one
premonition.
coming.
He paid
Tristan
for a
got-
he paid
yep.
for a vision for you.
Tristan got you a premonition.
Yes.
And so
Thank you,
Tristan, next
Tristan.
week you'll get it free of charge.
And I'm sure next week he'll
Um,
also buy you a second one because Tristan is chaos in our
Tristan
chat.
is chaos.
Accurate.
But I wanted, since premonitions are a big thing for Gem, and Meg has been having internet issues tonight, I don't want to be like, and then Gem saw this. Like, that's kind of
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see you guys next week. Love your faces. Pixie, do you
raid-
have anybody?
Yeah, we're gonna raid Sky.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Stay tuned. Give all your love to Sky Goblin. They are lovely. They are amazing. And wish them a happy Pride. And same to you all.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.